Hello, lovely people. It is our favourite day on TDA. It is Friday, the 16th of September. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And you have, of course, amazing, amazing hosts. Let us introduce ourselves.
Oh, hi, everybody. It's me, Margs. Hope you're having a good Friday.
You actually can't get the staff. But I'm your favourite shade queen, my own royalty.
It's your boy Use, not the pum pum father. Make it work harder.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, Melanin Jam-packed.
That's right.
I'm the only person who stays on script every single episode.
Yeah, it's his brand.
Yeah.
I love it. I was going to ask actually, I always forget every time we play the intro music. Has the intro music got an extra verse? Is it just me?
An extra verse.
It feels longer.
You have to ask Brent now.
Brent?
No, it's the same.
Okay, I'm just more attentive now. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
It was a
man.
long thought.
Yeah, I was just, yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah? Hey, okay. Marks, how you doing, babes?
I can't hear you.
Sounds
No,
gone.
you've
Sounds
been
gone.
muted, sir.
Unmute your mic.
If you're going to do this remotely,
Yeah, you have
you need
to
to do it right.
change it to AirPods.
But you changed something because it was working a second ago.
Yeah, because he just put his AirPods on.
Yeah.
So I think your speakers changed. Can't get the staff, guys. This is...
It doesn't
Okay.
look like he's trying to do anything.
Right.
Look at the camera.
Can you hear us? Okay, you can. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, Eman, how's your... Well, we sort that out.
Yeah, all good, man. Can't
Yeah?
complain.
Yeah? Everyone looking forward to the weekend?
Yeah, Monday as well. Day off.
That answers that.
3 days.
What's everyone's plans for the weekend?
I haven't got any.
Yeah, neither do I.
I don't have any.
Same.
What am I doing this weekend? Yeah.
I ain't got no plans. Bro.
I'm trying again to get locks tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
How
else.
is it? Okay.
Trying again, like it sounds like you have a baby. Like I'm trying again, like trying to have a baby.
If I come on here and say I'm having a baby, do you know I actually wouldn't say anything.
Why?
Why?
Because first of all, there's that whole the whole superstitious thing
Yeah,
of
okay.
you can't say too early.
Yeah.
But also, I'm someone who, with the grace of God, my health will be good. Where I'm literally going to work until the baby's about to drop. Heck,
Yeah.
what am I break on TDA?
Let's do a vote. Who's gonna get pregnant first, Esther or Quay?
Ooh, this is hard actually.
Brent, what are you saying?
We're both working women.
Definitely. Koi.
Different Koya.
You know what? Both of them. It's both hard to say. You know.
I think it's hard to
tough.
say.
'Cause
Yeah,
I think neither of you, in my opinion, are. That's
a goal.
a goal right now. I don't
Yeah.
think that's in you lot's immediate plans.
Yeah.
So it would have to happen just sporadically and randomly. I'll probably say Quay.
Accidents happen every day, B.
I know, but okay,
bad
cool.
things
Mark,
happen.
who's more accident prone?
Esther, I
Accident
think.
prone.
I think Esther's more accident
You think
prone.
Esther? Yeah, no, this is definitely more accident prone for sure. Actually, you know what?
Why you sound more accident prone? Let's get into it. What do you mean?
Why
am I
are
more
my
accident
headphones
prone?
working though, man? My AirPods are killing me.
No, they're working. They're working.
No, it's working. Okay.
I took them out.
Oh yeah.
When you put your headphones in, it connects to your laptop, right?
Maybe not.
I think it sounds good right now.
I changed it. I connected it off my laptop. It was connected to my phone naturally, innit?
Yeah, so you have to disconnect it from your phone, connect it to your laptop Bluetooth.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was doing.
And then you have to change your settings on your microphone to your AirPods.
It all says that. It's all done.
Yeah, but
it
were
worked.
you on Twitter when you were thinking?
Oh no. Does it sound alright? Is it cool like this?
Yeah, it's cool. Like
It's
this.
really
Yeah.
not. It's
Alright,
really
cool,
not.
yeah, well,
No,
It's really not.
What?
We haven't got headphones on.
Whilst it is that he's not talking, because he decides when to talk and when not to talk,
Yeah.
you can try to fix it.
I think it
Okay.
sounds better than yesterday, the other day.
I put it up loud.
Oh,
You're
that's
saying
why.
that because I
Oh,
put it
because
up
loud.
loud.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
But the quality is bollocks.
Yeah, basically, I think just turn off the Bluetooth on your phone and then connect that way.
Don't worry, Mark. Soon I'm gonna have you sorted, right? Because this is
alright,
ridiculous.
cool.
Brent sounds furious
So-
over there.
He's a
No,
big
Brent,
man.
it's a lot of technology Brent puts into. So why am I more accident prone?
I think some of the things you said maybe that point in that direction. That's all the like Buddha bar,
Oh,
all
Loose
that stuff.
apples.
Wear,
Just
wear space, slave and accommodation. You know what I mean? All that stuff.
so basically, I'm dumb and I'm more likely. In not so many words. Okay, fair. But yeah, I don't know who I think. I can't choose between me and Koi because I think we both take the right measures
Okay.
to ensure no mishaps happen.
I hear that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It'd be interesting.
Who can be first out of me and Brent to have a baby?
Ooh, I think you.
I don't know why I even thought about that.
Yeah, I had to play along. I was like, ooh, like, this is a hard one. Yeah, I think you. I think with Brent, yeah, like Brent's vision is really where it's at. He's very like crazy focused.
Yeah.
I think Brent's wedding day is going to be a very interesting. Would you invite us actually, Brent?
Yeah, I would.
What type of question is that?
Exactly.
I definitely
It's
would.
Brent. I don't know what to expect. But if I got married, I didn't tell you guys, would you be offended?
Yeah.
Highly.
Okay, well, damn.
Yes.
Marcus is gone again.
Yeah, he knows. He's trying to.
Trying to fix it.
It's not. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
He was watching porn earlier, so.
you know what's happening, yeah?
Oh, there we go.
No. It's I can hear you, so, but when I'm testing the speaker, the microphone on my AirPods, it's not registering. I don't
Oh,
understand.
No, but we can hear you, so it doesn't matter if it's
yeah. This is fine
registered
now.
or not.
This is clearer now.
Yeah, but I changed the
It's now from
speaker
the laptop.
to the MacBook.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Do you know one thing I do wish I could do? I wish I could elope, but my Nigerian background does not allow for that. That's such a luxury. To just go.
Margs, maybe you should leave and come back in.
Okay.
Elope, as in get married.
Yeah, without all
right.
the dramatics of it all.
Yeah, but you should do that here. You don't have to tell no one.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Yeah, I guess. But you know, like I just feel like I can't imagine telling my mum I want to get married, and it doesn't become a thing, regardless of how small I want it to be. You'd be like, yeah, but this person, and it's like this person, and before you know it, it's out of hand.
Right? Auntie for like and
this person, and even when you're a baby, I don't know who that is. But in fact, I was thinking about it the other day because I was talking to someone about it, and he was like, yeah, but if you just count your immediate family who you want to invite, it's kind of already like, because I was like, what about 20 people? And he was like, 20 people? But then when I counted like my siblings, my closest cousins, my aunties that I actually like, yeah, I was close to 20. So there's no way really, is there?
Well, that's 20 is tiny though.
Yeah, if I want something so stupid intimate, maybe like 100.
Wait, you don't think 20 is for a wedding? That's
Yeah,
tiny.
that's more definitely.
That's a link up, innit?
Yeah. 20 people at a
It's
wedding.
a gathering. You really have to talk to each other.
20 people at a wedding is basically this. I'm lying. Like, when you equivalent it to a wedding, it's like
You imagine? Nah, man, it's crazy, man.
10 people from your family, 10 from his. Like,
How can people say Esther looks ready to start a family? No.
why? Because of your head wrap.
It's in my head, right?
It must be.
You're silly. I look nothing. Maybe they're saying I look like a mum today. No, I'm ready to get married and start a partnership, but not a family.
Okay.
I think I'll be a lit mum. I'll be a funny mum. What's going on?
No, I was just when I was spend something about Marcus swinging.
There's a lot of technical issues today. Damn. But yeah, okay, while we wait anyway, you guys like this video, comment, share it as well, because the video stays up when we're done. And also join the TNB network. I know some of you still don't know how it is you should join. But basically type into your browser, community.thenewblack.com, and it will take you to all of that. It will prompt you as well to download an app called Mighty Network and download that. And
No, I opened up my iPad and Durante is still there.
oh my gosh, that's reminded me.
Well,
So basically, someone tweeted, that was very dramatic, sorry. But someone tweeted, yeah, they were like, you see how the queue to go and see the Queen's coffin is long? Do you think the Queen is really in that?
I was having this argument yesterday with my girl's mum. And they were like, everyone was saying, no, she's not in there.
Because she can't be.
why?
Because someone said, yeah, like, if you think of how much security there was when the Queen was alive,
Yeah.
because someone could just go there, do something to the body.
Yeah, but they've got snipers around, you know. Yeah, you try something, your head will be
It's
gone.
hella taxpayers' money, boy.
Yeah, it's necessary, man. You can't be going there
Debatable.
desecrating the coffin and all them things there.
Okay, now that I know that then, because I feel like I knew there was security, but I just thought it was them men, like one of them fainted. I hope he's all right. I thought it was just them guys. I said people could take you guys down.
Nah. There's other people.
But even with that, I'm like, I don't know. Because then people were kind of explaining the process. People were like, yeah, but she'll start smelling and whatever. But the people were saying how the coffin is like made of lead, apparently. And then also there's a special kind of embalming thing you can do that actually can preserve it for like years.
Yeah.
And if it's the royals, I would expect, you know, the best of the best of all these things.
Yeah, definitely.
But do we really think she's in there?
I think so.
I don't think she is.
I don't see any real need to not have her in there.
Just in case.
Case of what?
Guess what?
Because people are mad. The one that guy that went up to her bed one time.
You
I just think
think
anything
anyone's
happened.
getting close to that coffin?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
They're getting their head taken off, man.
immediately. Remember the other guy that we were chatting about the other day? He was trying to take a picture of Charles and that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the
that's true.
coffin,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, chasing down his car. That was
He
embarrassing.
was seconds away from death.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's weird. Yeah, I was very interested in that. I thought that's a good conspiracy. Whether she's really in there or not.
I think she's definitely in there.
It's crazy, man. So what are people going to do then? Just
Pay the respects. Go there, bow their head, salute. Yeah, do some stuff.
yeah, it's not. You know, it's not that I don't respect the dead, but I'm a realist, man. Do I live life? I just think once you're dead, you no longer exist. You only exist in my memory.
I think.
In our memories. Do you get what I mean? So the whole respect the dead thing, unless you're worthy of that respect, criticisms have to fly.
Do you care about how you're buried and laid to rest and all that? You know, cremated and all that stuff. Do you care?
No, because I don't actually think of, like, I'm not scared to die, but I don't actually think of that part because I'm a germaphobe. I'm just like, ew, all the worms and stuff. Like, that's so disgusting. But I think I'd probably want to be cremated.
Okay.
And then whatever situation I'm in life, then I want my ashes to be with people.
Okay.
So if I'm married, for example,
Yeah. You can
I
just
want to
keep
carry
it
my
there.
ashes to every other wife you might have. Take it with you. Give some to my. If I have kids as well, give some to my kids. But even with the ashes thing as well, I think that's bullshit. I can't lie to you because I don't think that they really do each body on its own. I think they just do a bunch of bodies and everyone gets some ashes.
That's
I'm sure
terrible.
I'm sure at some point there's going to be some kind of scandal released about them people.
I wouldn't be
Esther.
surprised, to be fair.
Oh no, actually no, they have like individual trays though, don't they? I think I've
Esther,
seen a
what if
video.
your like son has an argument with his girlfriend and then she gets angry and throws your ashes all around the living room?
Can you imagine? Or they accidentally knock it over and then when they're hoovering and now I'm just in the hoover.
Can you imagine?
Dead.
See, is that off limits?
I wouldn't know. It makes a difference to me. I'm never here. I'm not around no more.
You would know they even gave you your loved one in the ashes. What's
That's
it
what
called?
I'm saying.
What's it called?
Yeah.
Urn.
You wouldn't know. That could be anything.
I really believe, it's not like the person you think is in there in the ashes. I think it's collective. We've got to save energy. So you can't
If
be
you're in
doing
the
one
ground,
body
then
at a
people
time.
can come and visit you in that, though, innit?
What's that?
If you're in the ground, people can come and visit you in that.
I do love some flowers.
But you won't know.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, but the thought of it makes me warm inside.
Yeah, the thought now when you're alive.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. It's very
I
interesting.
have no
but
preference.
You have no preference.
I'm dead.
I told my mum, I'm thankful my mum is, because you know sometimes some elders, when they pass away, they're like, oh, take me back to Nigeria. I said, my mum, auntie, wherever you die, ma'am. Do you know how expensive it is to transport bodies?
Yeah, for real.
It's like 5 figures.
Even though, okay, let's say that was your mum's request, right? Would you feel obligated to do it? But knowing you, because she's dead, you think she ain't
You're not gonna know.
She ain't gonna know. So you feel
Yeah.
like,
Thankfully, I told my mum, I said, thank for your reason, because she's already made plans anyway.
yeah.
Because she's got like life insurance, all that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So she already, like when she passes away, she's already got a thing where she's going to be cremated. Like with all the plans already set basically. So we really don't have to do anything, which is great because I don't like admin. But I said it's really good that you're someone who, my mum's very thoughtful. So she was like, I would never want to put you guys through stress or anything like that. So I said I'll be honest with you, even if those were your last wishes, obviously I don't know what my situation is going to be at the time, but if it's a lot of stress, be carrying you back to Nigeria and all that kind of stuff, ma'am.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Okay.
Do you guys believe in ghosts?
Because
You like a ghost believer?
I always feel like if somebody...
Sorry, Manuel.
What happened?
Esther, you said you don't believe in ghosts. Like,
No.
so you believe that the devil exists, yes?
Yeah, devil
And
is existing.
demons and...
That's what I was thinking. If you're spiritual and you believe in like spirits and the afterlife, then why not believe in ghosts? Maybe
I
there's
I believe in
some
spirits
way.
and stuff, but I don't believe in ghosts.
But what about the ones that never made it
talking about
through?
Casbah,
Cross
them,
over.
man.
Oh, I thought you that's what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about like someone dies and they come to haunt me. Like you ain't gonna, you're dead.
No, not haunting, as in a spirit who, like, for example, I was bringing back to the whole mum thing.
Yeah.
So she requests a certain type of burial. You don't do it. Are you ever like, oh, my mum's watching me? She can see.
No.
She can see that I haven't done it.
No, ma'am. You are with your maker now and focus on your life over there.
They believe in spirits, but the spirits, they live in that realm.
I believe in like, yeah, but I also believe that spirits can kind of make human beings like do things. I believe that the evil spirits and good spirits can live in people. And so when human beings do stuff, sometimes they're being led by
So
some
you
form
do
of
believe in
spirits.
ghosts then?
Sorry?
So you do believe in ghosts
Yeah,
then?
but when I think ghosts, I think like Scooby-Doo ghosts. I'm not thinking...
So in church, yeah, or spiritual places like,
Yeah.
you know, Buddha bar, places like that, right? when people are like catching the Holy Ghost and they're talking in tongues and
Yeah, all of
they're
that stuff.
hyperventilating, is that just, are they just acting?
Yeah, I don't believe in all that stuff either.
Is that theatrics?
Do you know, I don't believe in all that stuff when people are
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, the Holy Spirit's taking me and blah,
Yeah.
blah. I think that you can be... Because really and truly, as a Christian, anyway, the Holy Spirit lives in you.
Yeah,
So I believe in that.
yeah.
I don't believe in, because certain places they're crawling up the walls and do mad things. For me, that is madness.
Yeah.
And when it comes to tongues as well, in the Bible, tongues are languages. When the disciples spoke tongues, it's because they were like in a country now that they didn't know anything about that place, and then the Holy Spirit helped them to conversate with these people in their languages. But what people are doing now, the people out here in church reciting Michael Jackson lyrics, talking about I'm speaking in tongues. No, you're not. You're chatting shit because can you interpret what it is you're saying?
I've seen
No, you can't.
I've seen girls talking tongue before, but she was drunk, so I didn't know how to interpret it. No, I mean, that's serious.
No, because exactly. But
She was talking in tongues. She was saying a madness, but she was so drunk.
In what
Basically,
language?
she was recovering from being drunk and being sick in it, and I was
Yeah.
kind of helping her and nursing her in it. But she's in bed and she's out of her mind still.
Yeah.
And she is talking in tongues, bro. Her eyes are going backwards.
What the hell?
I'm being dead
She
serious.
was possessed.
But because she was so drunk,
She was
I'm just
possessed.
like, is this just the alcohol? But I'm being dead serious.
what was she saying though?
I don't know. It was just.
Tongues.
It was.
But was it language that was
It was inaudible.
Yeah,
Was
she
it was it
possessed.
deeper than her normal tone?
I can't remember if it was deeper, but it wasn't the language of this realm of this.
Because you know what it is,
Of this
yeah?
world.
Because the whole point of, with tongues as well, yeah, tongues is for essentially God to use you
Nigga,
to get a
slept with
message
the witch.
across.
Huh?
This nigga slept with the witch.
No, I didn't sleep with the girl. This wasn't. This was a friend of mine.
All right.
For much might be digmatized because,
Sleep with
but
her.
like with tongues, yeah, like God is using you to pass on a message. So for me, it's weird that you're essentially passing a message from God. We don't understand what it is. We don't know what it is, and then people kind of make up. Sometimes people make up interpretations.
But it says it in the Bible though. It's
That what?
That's the case sometimes.
Yeah, but tongues
Sorry,
in the
what does
Bible
it
is
say in the Bible,
languages.
Emmanuel?
That basically tongues is like Esther said, she's 100% right, yeah. That obviously at a certain time is to communicate with people from different thingies, right?
Yeah.
But there's also a part that says where you've got the speech of angels. So it's something that you as human beings don't understand. And so that's why it says also only speak in tongues when you've got someone who can interpret it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
when it is that you're in the confines of your own intimacy, when it's just you and God, you can do that, right? But when it is you're in mixed company, you definitely need an interpretation.
Yeah.
But exactly. But it's not languages. It's not only human
You
languages.
have two
then.
different types.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think sometimes people make shit up.
Oh, but this is definitely something.
Because sometimes in my church, yeah, I know I love my church, right? I know it don't seem like it, but I love those people. But sometimes people say stuff, yeah, and like the interpretation they're giving, I'm just like, you wanted to get into poetry, didn't you? It's just silly stuff like, "Come to me, because I love you." I'm like,
Bars.
sit down, man.
Was that girl convulsing? Was she kind of shaking and speaking in a different language?
It's come to me.
Yeah. The witch.
Why are you taking it there? She's not a witch.
All right, cool. She's
Yes,
not a witch.
she was.
So she
Wait,
was
she
doing,
was like,
Yeah, but I was. Yeah,
she
she was. Yeah.
she was possessed, bro.
100%.
Because reading through this, I think also as well, I think that if you're speaking in tongues, there'll be a purpose. Mark is looking like, tell me more. I feel like with tongues, there's a purpose and a reason behind it, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like if I'm, say for example, I was here and I speak in tongues, there will be a reason, a divine purpose for that. So I'm just thinking about that girl. What was the reason for that? Like, do you know what I mean? What was the...
Maybe she didn't know Yusuf was there.
She's probably praying for her life. She thought she was gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm telling you, she was out of it. And also,
Yeah,
remember,
alcohol poisoning. She probably thought she was gonna die, and she was praying for her life. And
I
then,
had to call one of her friends to come and
Really?
help. Yeah,
What did they do when they got there?
they helped me.
Because I'm the kind of friend who like,
At one point, we're looking at each other like,
so
What do we do?
what do we do here? Because
What
this girl
next?
was a mess. Like,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
wild, man.
What's one of your pet peeves about like religion? Like people that just start joining the religion. That makes sense.
Well, like newbies or something.
Yeah.
What is my biggest pet peeve? Do you know, okay. Oh, do you know? I don't know. I think that people think that Christians have to be like, so yes, brother. I just really makes me open your mouth and speak. When people think that because I'm a Christian, it's like, yes, you know, they talk like they're massage therapists.
Yeah.
Open your mouth.
Yeah.
That annoys me. That really annoys me. Like the whole holier than thou, and I'm just so peace. I'm just so calm, and I'm full of peace and just full of light and rainbow. Bitch, shut up. Yeah, I don't like that. It gets on my nerves. I don't like that whole because it's very pretentious to me,
Yeah.
and I don't like that.
I don't like the accents.
What accent?
So you know, like if you go like, I don't even want to talk about this church here, but there's particular churches that will start saying God, and
Yes, God.
God,
Makes me sick.
God said this. It's like, where did you get this God from?
The God did. yeah.
Oh, man.
I think the pastors that like try to put up a performance. Oh my gosh, you know I hate as well. You know the pastors are like, and then he said. Then they pause for time. Get your words out. Stop with the pauses. It's very like dramatic and like, because yeah, God loves you. But you know what that means? Silence. He loves you. That's what that means. Shut up, man. Get on the sermon and let's go. Let's get off here. Been here 3 hours already. Get on my nerves.
these are all
The
guys.
theatrics pisses me off. Mike Todd does that a lot. But he's a pastor from America, and he kind of went viral because he was doing a relationship goals series, which was good. To be fair, because talking about like relationships and all that kind of stuff, it was good. And he talks about like addressing your trauma and blah blah. And he's very open about like his life and his faults and all that. He's a good pastor, but then he does these things where he does I don't want to call them skits, but you know, like what is it in drama? What do you have? And
Pastor does skits.
props. Sorry.
What, mid congregation, just skits.
No, you don't understand. So basically, he did one recently, yeah, that was so disgusting. So you know in the Bible when when Jesus opened the blind man's eyes, he got sand, spat in it, and did that.
That guy.
Mike Todd had his brother on the stage because he has to do these whole props and this dramatic stuff and all this foolishness he does, right? He got the guy on stage. This is in COVID years. He then has some kind of... No, he doesn't have sand. He spits in his hands, then he rubs it on the guy's eyes, and he's like, yeah. And how many of you, if you were around in Jesus' time and he did that, you would have thought, ew, that's disgusting. But guess what? Because you have no faith. Then he did it again. He even got phlegm up. Like he did the whole phlegmstration and slapped it on the guy's face. And everyone's like, yeah, you've gone too far. It's disgusting.
It's ridiculous. This is
It's too much. And another one time as well, another time, he had like a pool of like water. I swear to you, like a scene out of Chris Brown's Wait a Minute kind of vibe. And literally was like, just like had water falling. And then because it does the whole dramatic speech, it's like, yeah. And it's like the water, and he's all wet everywhere. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, what? But in his mind, he's like, oh, he does this so people can kind of relate to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I stopped listening. I unsubscribed
I
because
get banned from that church.
it was a bit mad.
What's cool? You know when you get baptized, does any water suffice? Does it have to be holy water? Because sometimes you see in church,
Yeah.
they get baptized in the little
Pool thing.
pool.
Yeah.
But sometimes you see them at the beach in the
Yeah.
in the ocean.
It's not holy
Yes,
water.
right.
It's just water.
I'm like, that ain't holy water.
No.
It's
Water's
not
holy
holy
wherever
water.
you
It's
make
just
it.
water. It's just normal
The
water.
water's holy wherever you're at. Because basically you have to
Is it?
do the best that you can. Yeah, because if I'm in a situation where,
Oh.
say I don't, say I want to be baptized
Yeah.
and I don't have access to like a pool or whatever, you can do
Yeah.
in a bathtub as well.
So any water is holy water.
Yeah.
'Cause my
'cause-
mum had like a 10-gallon thing of holy
It's
water.
not supposed to be holy water. It's just water.
It's just water,
Yeah,
It's,
just water.
it's not holy water,
And
it's
I'm
just
not gonna lie,
water.
not holy water.
I proper like revered the water.
Yeah.
Like that's holy.
I
I
ain't
can't
gonna
touch that.
No,
And
no,
it was just in the garage for time.
So is your mum not Muslim then?
No, she's Muslim, but sometimes
Okay.
she does.
Like,
things,
that's
man.
Nigerian.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
Like one time, like my mum
Man
gave me.
says she's Muslim, but sometimes she just does Christian shit, you know.
One time she gave me holy oil,
Yeah.
but from the church. If you look at the labels. I'm not gonna lie, I had that holy oil in my room for years.
What,
It was
the
just
fried
there.
egg?
What's that?
The fried egg?
No, man.
Oh.
It was like, we just blessing, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom sounds like my grandma.
Yeah.
My grandma was doing my grandma. Yeah, it depends where the wind. She's a joker, man. But it depended where the wind. Like one time she gave me, because my granddad was Muslim.
Yeah.
So I feel like she finessed him and said, "I'll be Muslim," and then she married him, and then she became Christian. But you will see her all the Muslim functions.
Yep.
Literally all dressed up, and saying the like reciting what she needs to recite.
Yeah.
Like,
And the
she was
beads.
there. But then she'll finish and be like, "Okay, guys, I'm off to church." Like,
I respect that though. I think you gotta get all your blessings from wherever you can get them, man.
my grandma was getting from wherever anyone willing to give her a
I'm on working
blessing.
with all the gods. I want to work with all the gods.
That's how I want to work with all the gods.
You're gonna know my name.
Maximize my blessings.
Nah, my grandma was a joker, man. But there are some churches who do have like holy water. But again, it's a business. It's a business thing.
Okay.
It's what's from the tap. They slap a label on it. They charge people £15 for it.
But they pray on it.
Yeah,
first,
I'm thinking at least they pray over
yeah,
it.
they pray on it first.
No, but the holy water in churches is just like it's like a little bit. It's not them big gallons of water.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a little bit.
No, it has to be prayed on. At
Yeah,
least.
they pray on it.
Yeah, they do something to
And
it.
put a bit of perfume or
They say
something
some
on
stuff in it. Yeah. Because even the oil
Are
is what
all
they call
getting
it,
banned
like,
from church anyway.
what you say?
All these are getting banned from church, man.
No, this no one from my church knows what I do. So. Yeah, but some churches they do the holy oil. Did you have red bits in yours?
In the oil. No, the oil look kind of pure.
Yes, it's olive oil. It's extra virgin olive oil.
Okay.
But my grandma's church, what they would do to show that it had the blood of Jesus in it. People
They put some
anyway,
little red dye in it.
they'd have it in. Yes, it's like I think it was like black currant or something,
Okay.
and it'd be like little droplets just floating in the oil. No, this is silly.
Who's that?
What's that?
Don't worry, I just went on the live.
Oh yeah. So they will have like little. So we have like little dots of like red, and that's supposed to signify. Signify. That's it. Signify Jesus' blood.
Okay.
It's human beings for you, man.
Listen, do you know-
we do whatever we want to.
I think the end of time is gonna be the funniest thing ever.
The end of times.
Yeah, like because God is gonna be like, so let's talk about this because you are really out there acting the fool with all sorts. Because some churches they have handkerchiefs as well.
What do you mean?
They pray on it,
yeah.
and you have to carry it everywhere with you, and that's your protection.
I think I've seen KICC do that a few times.
Yeah,
on
the white
TV.
garments they love that.
No, KICC. Ashimalo.
The white garments love it too.
White garments don't do no handkerchief.
They do.
They don't do handkerchiefs.
Sir, I'm speaking from experience.
No,
They do.
you're not.
How can you say I'm not? No. You don't know my
And
life.
what's the white circle thing that they put on the tongue?
In that communion bread.
Oh, what? Oh,
No, not
The little
red.
wafer.
No, the little little,
you're
like
talking
a,
about-
Yes,
yeah,
it's for
communion.
communion. Your communion wafer.
Okay.
That's bread. That's the God. That's the body of Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it what is it?
It's a what Mark said
No,
signifies
no,
your.
what is it?
It's just bread. It's a wafer.
Body
Was it
of
bread?
Christ,
It was really,
bro.
really thin.
Yeah, the really thin ones are it's just wafer. It's literally
Okay,
wafers,
okay,
yeah.
okay. You
But then sometimes you can
put
use
on,
like
put on the tongue.
yeah, but I sorry, I'm a germaphobe. You can you can just you
take
can
it
use
yourself?
little breads as well. You take it yourself.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not for this is why I can't be a Catholic. Yeah. Because with them they drink from the same cup as well. I'm dying. My church used to do that. Oh my gosh, thank God for COVID. In my church, oh my gosh, so communion, yeah, we used to have the same glass and we'll pass it around, but then they have like a little thing to like wipe it, and then the next person can. When I tell you, I used to make sure I was the first person that said dead, or sometimes I have to sky it. Like I know this is communion, I know God can heal, but I just don't think that I should be testing God. Do you know what I mean? Like don't put
But isn't that like a sign of oneness?
from the same cup, not me lipsing Mark that just drank from it. No, I'm sorry. Christian as I am, certain things I'm just like, ew.
I wonder what would happen if it is one service, like the pastor uses lean as opposed to Ribena.
Can you imagine?
Lean.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen.
Mad that would be.
Oh,
Someone
yeah,
like
that'd be crazy.
Toby from SPAC Nation, he could do that.
I don't think they do communion over there.
I don't know that. I don't think they know what communion is.
Have you ever been to one of them churches?
Nah.
Well, like a SPAC Nation.
Yeah.
Now I went to the Bible prayer meeting thing.
Oh yeah. You
But that's
spoke
before
about it,
but that's before they were like known as SPAC. They're still up and coming then. But I've been to like funky churches. very interesting churches. Churches that talk about business. Churches that talk about everything but the word of God. For years, I had to go to white garment churches. It's a very embarrassing time in my life.
It was a good
What's a
time.
white garment church?
No, I didn't like them. I was embarrassed. I was a kid. Why?
They can't hear you, Marks, because you don't have the headphones.
No,
can
I
hear
heard him.
you.
He said, "What's a white garment church?" I was waiting for everyone.
It's
to
they're basically it's like evangelical church. They tend to be African. I know they're of actually tend to be black.
We
sorry.
have them in Trinidad too.
Yeah.
We call them spiritual Baptists.
Yeah, and they literally wear. I think it's called sutana.
Yeah, Satana.
They wear sutanas, so it's like black. White
and the
garments.
They wear hats as well. Innit?
Yeah, they wear hats
No.
as well
No?
sometimes.
I've seen them. Nah.
Oh yeah, the women. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, the women they cover their heads.
And
Yeah,
they walk around in the
What's the
marketplace.
singy churches called?
They walk around in the marketplace with bare feet.
Which marketplace?
no, they wear
the
shoes
local
now because it's
marketplace.
cold.
What local marketplace?
The local one to them.
Nah, I don't think.
Yeah, no, but there is that where if you're wearing it, you should have your bare feet. But I think
Yeah.
the winter caught up with them and they realized it's not practical.
No, but they
And
would
it's not
ne-
practical anyway. Just to walk around in this London with
Barefoot.
your barefoot.
but they would
Yeah.
they would never do it with the like if they need to wear
It's
their
with sandals.
shoes, they'll just take off the Satana.
No, but I've seen people in the shoes and sutana, but I've also seen people who still honor that where they don't wear the shoes.
Yeah, as they should.
Okay, debatable. What did you ask me? Ask Mark, sorry.
He said, "Why have they
Huh?
got a bad name?"
Because some of them do funky practice. I won't say all, just because I feel like Imam Afro is iPad at me. But
Oh, wait, can you hear me now?
yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you the whole time. Brendan's just being cheeky.
No, I put my headphones back in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you, babes. Yeah.
I was saying, what's them singy churches called? Where they got all the rhythms
That's
and
the
it's
rhythm,
always
you know.
singing.
They tend to be
Track 6.
That's my kind of church.
but like a hill song, like a drop the beat kind of.
No, he's
Worship.
not talking about Hillsong.
What's that talking about?
The black churches.
No, they're just black churches, yeah, but they're just always singing. Oh, Pentecostal, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
think
joint.
Pentecostals.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Pentecostal babes, you know.
First of
I
all,
like
don't
the
do
rhythm.
gun fingers when you talk about Pentecostal babes. So I'm a Pentecostal babe. No, yeah, Pentecostals, they do have the banging tracks.
Well, what church is
Yeah.
from Sister Act 2? That's the church I like.
That's Pentecostal, isn't it?
Pentecostal.
Yeah, Pentecostal. Because Pentecostals tend to be black churches.
Yeah.
But Americans,
I'm
they
a
go
Pentecostal.
ham, like the quiet, like they go in. I want to go to a church in America.
No, I need music. Music soothes my soul. You get me? It makes me
Yeah.
feel closer to God. You feel me?
Yeah.
So this is what I need.
Yeah,
You get
definitely.
me?
If I was
I'm a
Christian,
Pentecostal, man.
I'll be a Pentecostal.
You reckon?
Yeah.
But then Baptists have good songs as well, good music as well.
Do they?
Yeah, yeah, they do. Because I used to go Baptist as well, and my church as well. We have good music. It's hymns, but it's not like because you know with hymns, you can have hymns that's like I don't want to say funky kind of hymns, but the speed is upbeat, and then you got like I feel like Anglicans they're like the grand piano, the organs. No, what's it called? What's that? The organ. Yeah, and it's very like you drag every word. I went to a church like that one time. I said, "Mum."
That's all white people churches, though, man.
No, this was kind of mixed.
Yeah, starting from
But
white.
then the black ones are that as well though. 'Cause my grandma
They
was
like the white ones, isn't it?
my great grandma. She was Methodist, but this was in Nigeria though.
Yeah, but still, it's remember
It's
the
how
whites
it's come
came
down.
and gave it to us, isn't it?
It's crazy, man.
But if
Interesting.
if you want churches,
Yeah, the
that-
services are long though in them, for real.
Yeah, man.
They're right.
My
The
service is
Pentecostal
like
services are long.
does yours stick to time?
yeah.
Oh, is it?
Like the other day, so we typically finish at like 11:45. We start at 10:30, 10:35. Finish at 11:45.
Oh, serious?
And
What?
the other day it was at 11:48, and they were like, "Sorry guys, we're behind time." I said, "It's all right. We all love
An
Jesus."
hour
here."
and 45 minutes.
No, an hour and 15.
You go to Express Church.
That's what
Nah,
I'm saying.
we're in and out. But then they
You
spend a
don't
lot of
get- you
time
don't
with the
get the
whole
word
tea and biscuits
fast.
after. But I don't like to small talk, Christian or not.
What,
I can't.
what did they get done there?
Everything.
How? What type of prayer
Church
is
is
that?
at least 3 hours, isn't it? Church
Yeah,
is
man.
Nah, churches are long. If your church is longer than 2 hours,
Yeah.
you're killing me, mate.
But
Because then
I-
everything's just dragged, and it's just like this when through this prayer start getting into things.
So, but what are they? I don't understand what are they talking about? Like in
Everything
just an
we
hour?
get a full word. We get
How long is the
worship
word?
about 20-25 minutes, depending.
Wow,
Man, can I ask a question?
for sure.
For
So
sure.
For sure.
the spiritual Baptist churches, yeah, the white garment ones.
Yeah.
What normally happens in that particular proceeding?
Oh, there's a lot. But remember, white garment is just something that people say to kind of group everyone together. But there's many different white garment churches. you've got Celestial Church of Christ, you've got Cherubim, Seraphim, you've got different things. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, you've got the ones in the Caribbean and whatnot, innit?
Yeah, okay. So a typical church that you go to that lasts like 5 hours, what do you guys do? Because you're there kind of exclaiming when she's saying it's only an hour and a half. And I feel as though that's all you flipping need, right?
Honestly.
You need 30 minutes of worship,
Yeah.
and then you need an hour of whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think what it is the difference is because maybe you guys pray once and then do one grace at the end.
No, because remember I
You know
told
what
you
I'm
that it's a free kind of prayer. So whilst the worship is going on, anyone can pray as the Spirit leads. Just pray.
But how come
basically.
the Spirit is always leading you lot to be on time?
So wait, please. I don't want Iman to be distracted.
That's
please,
fine.
please.
God will be now for you,
I
right?
need you to explain the 5 hour crap. I need you to explain that. What you're doing for 5 hours.
I need to try and remember. All right, so basically in the beginning, you would say certain songs coming into the church. Do you know what it is? It's probably similar to what you guys are saying, but we do like a lot more of it. So for example, you lot may do like 4 hymns. We may do 2 hymns and then pray, 2 hymns again, pray, 2 hymns, read the scripture, pray, 2 hymns, read the scripture again, pray. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that. Then there's Thanksgiving, then there's hearing the sermon. Then, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot more.
Yeah.
It's a lot more intense.
Yeah, you people love a Thanksgiving, boy.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie. I think an hour's too quick. I don't think you're gonna receive the word.
I promise
properly
you
in
do.
an hour.
No.
I promise you
5
do.
hours is not the way forward.
5 hours is not anything
I'm
more
not,
than
I'm
2
not 5
hours.
hours. I ain't saying
Yeah,
there's
man.
no 5 hours.
It doesn't have to be 5 hours.
I'm sorry, anything more
obviously.
than
But
2 hours.
it's about 2.5, 3 hours, churches.
Nah, man. Just when you get bored. When I went to Nigeria, yeah.
No, you don't. That's why they play the big rhythms.
Babes,
And you don't
you
get
do.
bored.
when
Big rhythms,
when I
man.
went to Nigeria, yeah, because I went to church, right?
Yeah.
And when I went there, I was sitting there, I said, I know you flipping lying, bruv. I said, Lord, it was a lot. And then because you got so much, because they're trying to do the whole 2 hours plus, it's just a bunch of silliness. And now you're talking about, oh, we've got a men's union for this, and then the singles club, and then someone came on talking about like business stuff, and then now they got a presentation, bruv.
Isn't that important though?
No,
Are you going to come in during the week to the service?
absolutely not.
This is what I'm saying. So we got to tell you on Sunday.
Yeah, but
I'll be honest with you, yeah.
we do.
I don't know
cover
if your
all bases.
pastor's connecting properly. Because when the Spirit takes you here, when the Lord gets a word into the pastor, yeah, he can go off on tangents.
This is what I'm
You don't
saying.
even know what's going on. You get what I'm trying to say?
This
So
is it.
time and all that stuff's out the window. So I don't know whether your preacher is connecting properly with God.
I agree.
Boy, I will see. We'll see who's next to God.
and that
Wow.
We all-
Oh wow.
and that preacher
cheek?
is that preacher white?
Yes. But we have black elders as well that preach as well.
The pastor's white.
She goes to a
Where have
white
you
church.
been? I go to a white
She goes to a white
church.
church.
Oh, I didn't understand. Oh, okay, this makes sense.
No, it doesn't make
Okay.
sense. No, it doesn't. It makes no sense. How dare you guys say to me, you don't think I'm getting the word? Listen, I'm very spiritually mature. Thank you
You
very
know,
much.
white people are different, man.
No, it's not different though, because we have like black people that preach as well in the church.
They've been influenced by Billy and Joe and them.
Keep on doing your 5 hour church. Me, I got stuff to do on a Sunday. I'm sorry. We're not here to be here for anything more than 2 hours. You're taking the piss. Because and this is why when the pastor's going off on tangents and stuff, you need to stay on what you're talking about. This is why they start talking about silly little things and you're going off on different things that makes no sense. No, know what you're reading, know the message you're trying to pass to the people, and stick with that.
I'm with
When
you. Express Church, man.
Sorry,
Express.
when you start,
I ain't trying to be in church for. You want to be here for 5 hours?
he does. He's advocating for it.
It's not that I want to be there.
No, you do. You're dying
it's
for
me
it.
not understanding how you could do all of that in an hour.
No, but what I'm
An
saying
hour
is,
and 30.
when you're there,
Alright.
are you happy with the time? You're like, yeah, it's cool, but 3
yeah,
hours. 4 hours.
I'm not watching the clock.
No wonder you don't want to come in on Monday. You're bloody
I'm
tired
not
from
gonna lie.
church.
Me, if I'm in
He
mosque
does
and
not
I'm,
go there on time.
and I'm watching.
Oh, when do you
listening
get
to a
there?
lecture,
The
I'm
fourth
gonna leave.
hour.
That's not important.
No, you are phoning. You are phoning.
Oh, you don't get the from start to finish.
No, he
anyway.
doesn't.
I haven't in a while, but that's
So
not important.
technically, no, sorry. So technically, you're only there for 2 hours anyway. So what are you talking about?
It's still more than an hour and a half.
Go away.
I'm not like I'm not sitting down on my bum for 5 hours.
What the hell?
No
No, this
way.
is why they get you to stand up to sing.
Did they give you food at the
and
end?
then you kneel down and pray. And
Did they give you food at the end?
A lot of the time.
What is it? Sports day.
They need to. That's what I'm saying. Churches like that, they give you you know in the little packet, and they give you not packet, sorry, in a little in the thing, a container. You got jollof rice there, you got a piece of meat, piece of chicken,
Yeah.
little Fanta, and like a canned drink.
On a
Of
good
course,
day, you get some
they have to
pop-off.
feed you. You've been there since
Oh, hey,
breakfast.
hold on. So, hold on. What food do they give you your church then?
We have tea and coffee and
This is what
biscuits
I'm
and
saying.
cakes and
Because
stuff.
I'm saying what you just described, they're your church. You ain't getting no jollof.
Nothing.
You're getting a Cornish pasty. Scotch bonnet, egg and them things there.
Digestive.
I'm having that. I'd rather that because guess what? I can then leave there to go home and eat my food. I don't want to be in a place where they feel like they have to feed me after 5 hours.
Cold chicken. Yeah, they have the cold chicken.
Oh my gosh.
Sandwiches and that.
Potato salad.
Yeah.
So what are Musk services saying? Like how long are they?
I reckon about maybe 3 to 4. I haven't been to a Sunday lecture for years, and even when I did, I would do you. I would come late.
To the end. In and
I'll
out.
come late.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Do you think people judge you when you go late to church? I judge people. It's ironic.
The one thing about my mosque is the men's entrance is behind the stage. So if you walk in late, you walk. Everyone sees you because you walk literally down the stairs next to the stage. Everyone sees you, but the women's entrance at the back. So sometimes when I was younger, because obviously I'm not allowed to the women's entrance because I'm a man. But when you're a kid, sometimes they blind you, innit?
Yeah.
So to get away with it when I was younger, I used to go to the women's entrance. But they see you open the door, is Yusuf, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
they let us in it. But yeah, it's
That's
Have
too
you been going
funny,
to the same mosque for years then?
yeah. I've been going to the same mosque since I was a kid.
I'm really okay.
Yeah.
What
Sense
does
of
that,
community.
how does that work with mosque? Like, don't you ever like switch it up or something? Do you feel like you need a different word? Or
Yeah,
different
no,
imam or something?
I go to different mosques to pray on Fridays, depending on where I live.
Okay.
Okay.
But if I'm going to, like when I was younger, if I'm going to lectures, I'm going to, classes, whatever, it will be the same mosque.
Okay.
Same mosque.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But on Friday it's different, innit? The length of the service and stuff.
Yeah. On Fridays, the whole service would be maybe about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Juma?
Yeah, Jumma prayer. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe about an
All
hour,
right,
so.
cultured.
No, I'm just reading Nightfall here.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
But nah, it's funny, man. It's
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious. But
You know what? The Muslims do this as well. I've got one thing to say. A lot of them, when they convert,
Yeah.
a lot of them start speaking Arabic English, as in just the accent. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, you start saying Muhammad and Allah, and you know what I'm saying? Like, where did this come from?
Embracing the culture. The thing is, back to that question you asked about the pet peeve. My pet peeve is the forcing the ankle thing.
Yes.
what's that? I need to take
Everything
us there.
that ankle swingers.
What does that mean?
So, wearing your trousers rolled up like this,
Yeah.
and all you just see is ankle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing?
No, that's how they dress.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So basically, in Islam, as a man, you have to cover your knees in it.
Oh.
So it's actually haram to wear shorts.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, so you have to have your knee from here. Like you're allowed to show from here to here.
Okay.
You can't show from here to there.
Above the
really.
knee. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of Muslim guys, you don't have to necessarily be someone who's converted to do this, but I know it's a pattern of people who convert. I feel like reverts or converts, they take the religion way more seriously than people that were born into it. Innit?
Okay.
And especially with the attire and how they dress.
Okay. Yeah.
So a lot of Muslim men who are more so serious or have converted, they would abide by that rule.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but they're walking around, and I feel like it's sunnah, I believe, to show your ankles, innit?
Yeah.
So they will have jeans, but they'll roll it up.
What's sunnah?
Sunnah means it's something. How can I describe it?
Practice of
Yeah, it's a good practice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to show the ankle. So they'll be wearing trousers like this, but roll it up like that.
Just so they can show a bit of,
Yeah,
give you a bit of something.
yeah.
I find ankles very attractive, you know.
Maybe Islam's for you.
No, it's not. you always take things too far.
For real though, if you like ankles and the man them are just got theirs popping up all day, you're gonna be crazy in the boss.
Nah, man, I'll be walking haram. I can't be out there sexualizing men because of their ankles
Walking haram.
in a place of worship. That's ridiculous.
Oh man.
Crazy, man. But all right, okay, let's get into the show.
Yes. So the first headline's to do with the Queen's funeral. So the state funeral at Westminster Abbey on Monday is likely to be one of the biggest single ceremonial events staged in Britain since World War II. A national 2-minute silence will be held as the service draws to a close just before midday. So if you tune into TDI, we're going to be giving the 2-minute silence.
On what?
It'll be
On what day?
On Monday.
Are we going to be here Monday?
Give them a whole day of silence if you want.
And I'll do you one better.
Among those who have confirmed their
I'm
attendance.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
We've already done the silences.
You got to do more. It's the queen.
Okay.
It's the queen.
Yes. Are we filming Monday?
I mean, basically, I voted yes. So let's do it. But I voted yes.
All right,
Brent voted yes.
Let's go around the room. Esther.
Yes.
Margs.
I don't mind.
No, you have to say yes or no.
Yes or no, babes?
Let me see the rest of the vote first.
You're getting on my nerves because you brought this up.
No, okay. I don't mind. Yeah, go on.
Okay, that's 2 yeses.
God damn it. No, I'm joking. Yeah, if it's at a good time.
Okay, yes. Brent lives here, yes.
I live here.
I'm giving no choice, have I? Bloody hell, mate. I think mine just depends on like what's my Sunday night looking like. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But if you lot are gonna be here, obviously, man, I'll be hearing it.
All right. Brent, put a poll up,
I'm
please.
going to clip this because it
Clip
sounds
what?
as though Yusuf is suggesting that he didn't suggest this in the first place.
I just said, even if I did, I've retracted it.
Yeah, you know.
All right, so among those who have confirmed their attendance will be US President Joe Biden and French President Emmanuel Macron. Alongside royalty, politicians and world leaders will be 200 people who were recognized in the Queen's birthday honours, including those who helped with the response to the coronavirus pandemic. Events on Monday will begin with the funeral procession, which we will see the Queen's coffin conveyed from Westminster Hall, where she's lying in state, to the nearby Abbey. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and his brother William, the new Prince of Wales, will once more walk side by side, behind the Queen's coffin during the procession. The Queen's coffin will be carried on the gun carriage that was used for the funerals of Edward VII, George V, George VI, and Sir Winston Churchill. It will be pulled by 142 Royal Navy sailors. Towards the end of the service, the last pulse will be played, followed by a national 2-minute silence. The conclusion of the state funeral, expected at around 12 o'clock, will be marked by a lament played by the Queen's Piper. After the Abbey service, the Queen's coffin will be carried into a further procession to Wellington Arch and then conveyed to Windsor by road before a committal service takes place at 4 o'clock p.m. at St. George's Chapel. As the Queen's coffin is lowered into the royal vault, the Archbishop of Canterbury will read a blessing and the Queen's Piper will play a lament. The crown jeweller will be in attendance to collect the crown from the Queen's coffin and convey it back to the Tower of London. A final private burial service for the close family members will be held at 7:30. The Queen will be buried in the King George VI Memorial Chapel, where she will rest with her husband, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, who died last year.
So she's in there wearing a crown at the moment.
You know what's on top of the coffin?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we meant was.
No,
Wearing in there.
not inside. No,
So what did they give Charles? His own crown.
they got more than one crown, I believe. Yeah, so I think they use different ones for different occasions.
Okay.
Yeah, so he'll probably use that at some point. And the second headline is also to do with the funeral, and is whether China should be welcome at the funeral. So some MPs and peers are saying the Chinese government's invitation to the Queen's funeral should be withdrawn. Senior Tory MP Tim Loughton and Sir Ian Duncan Smith are among those who have written to the Foreign Secretary to express concern. They said it was extraordinary that the architects of genocide against the Uyghur minority had been invited. China's president is on the guest list for the state funeral, but is not thought likely to attend. He visits Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan this week to mark the first time he has left China since the start of the COVID pandemic. The South China Morning Post reported that the Chinese Vice President Wang Qishan is expected to attend the funeral. On Wednesday, China's foreign ministry said Beijing was considering sending a high-level delegation to the funeral, although no more details have been provided. The Prime Minister's official spokesman said it was for the palace to set out the guest list, and the convention was that countries with whom the UK has diplomatic relations were invited to send representatives. Some 500 heads of state and foreign dignitaries, including US President Joe Biden, are expected to attend. However, representatives from Russia and Belarus have not been invited because of the invasion of Ukraine, nor has anyone from Myanmar because of a breakdown in diplomatic relations following last year's military coup. Representatives from Syria, Venezuela, and Afghanistan are also not on the list. Government sources have told the BBC, and North Korea and Iran and Nicaragua have also been only been invited to send ambassadors. Yeah.
What do you say? Putin can't pull up.
Nah, man, it's not been invited.
That's rude, man. I swear the Queen never really had nothing against Putin personally. You get me?
And vice versa. Apparently, he had the nicest words to say about the Queen. You know, Putin.
Is it?
Yeah.
What were they?
And
I don't know, man. But apparently he did.
I'm very interested to see what it was.
Yeah, I didn't read it.
they're trying to start beef. Anybody they're saying is not allowed, that's basically saying you're ops, isn't it?
Yeah,
Basically.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, they need to mind what they're doing.
But yes, that's the end of the headlines.
Oh, sorry, I've got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah, so the most important events in the recent history of the United Kingdom are inextricably linked with the name of Her Majesty. For many decades, Elizabeth II rightfully enjoyed the love and respect of her subjects as well as authority on the world stage. He called it a heavy, irreparable loss, and he wished the king courage and perseverance, and said the words of sincere sympathy and support to the members of the royal family and all the people of Great Britain.
See what I'm saying, man? In a time of great loss, you got to put your differences aside, man. They're being petty, man.
Yeah.
That's in time of great losses. They're losing people every day in Ukraine. You don't care. That man does not care. All right, let's get into our callback. What you saying? Topic of the day.
So today's topic of the day, like Esther just said, it's a callback from yesterday, man. We gave people
An assignment.
You
Homework.
know what I'm saying? It was a competition where the winner of this question gets a £50 Amazon voucher. All right. And the question was very
Bro,
simple.
you're giving out money, yeah?
We. If I say you lot. Yeah, so we spent money on your behalf. You have a contribution to make too, babes.
And the question was simple. It was, if there's one question that you'd ask God, what is it? Now,
Yeah. Go on.
Well, that sounds like what? That's just what you're saying. Just tell us what you tell him when you pray.
no, like,
No.
no.
Let's take you there.
yeah.
So it started off by me asking Esther, what are the 3 things you would want to ask God that you're going to get a definite answer for, innit?
Yeah.
But more on like a
Conspiracy vibe.
theorist type vibe. Like, for example, did OJ really do it?
And I said, because I said, the royal family kill Diana?
Did the royal family kill Diana? On that kind of vibe, right? Then Brent was like,
Okay.
oh, this sounds like a good topic. Let's pose it to the listeners, but they only can ask one question, right?
Right. So basically, I said that today, each of the hosts are going to have 3 questions they're going to ask God. Yes? And I also wanted to make it spicy to basically include the listeners and say, all right, we're giving a 25 pounds.
Key word, what you just said, right? Spicy.
Spicy. Yeah.
The questions ain't spicy.
Yeah, but still. I want to involve listeners. So one question you can ask God, and we will basically choose the
Best question.
dopest question, and then that person gets the £25 thingy-majiggy. But then they said, no, £25 is too little, so let's bump it up to 50. So
I like
it's now
Esther,
50.
man. Where you opening him up, bro?
It's now 50.
Was it me that said that?
It doesn't matter.
It was Yusuf.
So first of all, each of y'all have to ask God 3 questions, right? 3 questions. Marks, you said that you wanted to play God today.
Okay.
There you go, babes.
All right. So each of y'all, can you ask Marks?
What, as in us in the room?
No, I'm not asking Marks a question. Marks is answering the
No,
listeners' questions.
no.
No, because the listeners' questions are more so something you can give an answer
is
to.
at the end. That's at the end.
Okay,
It's very
cool.
quick.
All right, cool.
But the conversation is us in the room. 3 questions to ask God.
All right, cool.
Okay, I'll go. I've got 2.
Okay.
Wait, you had. Oh, never mind.
I had what?
I was going to say you had a
He's saying you had the whole day to think about it.
I'll be very honest with you. I forgot. I think I remember just as I was about to sleep, and
This is bad time. Mine's go to the toilet. Sorry.
I just didn't have the capacity to really think about it too much. Because things come to me randomly on a random day. So I apologize, Brent.
That's all right.
But yeah, so the Diana one is a pressing matter on my heart. I'm just
Oh
interested.
well, they did that shit. I promise you, they did that shit. It was a whole.
Throwing allegedly,
thing.
so you don't get deported to Jamaica.
No, it's not allegedly. I'm God. I know what I got. They done it. There's a whole conspiracy behind the scenes. Believe it or not, Elizabeth even knew it was gonna happen.
To be fair, so did Diana. To be fair,
Also,
But there you go.
That's your first question.
Yeah, that'd be one of my questions. The second, depending on when it is that I do die. So say I die before I get married. I want to know who will be my husband.
Okay, well, God's right here, so you gotta ask him.
Your husband is going to take comfort in knowing that he had a good life with you, and he's not going to move on, and he's going to stay focused and stay in love with God and look after the children.
Is that the answer?
That's good if I have my husband and die while I'm in marriage. But I was going to ask God who it was going to be if I hadn't died.
What? Sorry?
No, but that answer's void.
No, it's not.
You're always gonna die, so you're never gonna have a husband.
Yeah, but God can let me know.
This is an infinite point in time. It was always gonna happen.
No, because sometimes I think that sometimes, obviously, the time you're going to die is the time you're going to die. But sometimes I think that we die as a result of foolishness.
No, everything's written.
Yeah, but that foolishness was still written.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
So if, for example, if you died in a
That's
car
true.
crash, that wasn't your fault. That was still written, even though it's foolishness.
Yeah, it was
that's
written, it's
how
what
you were
happened.
meant to die.
Oh,
I'm here to let you know now, God doesn't make mistakes.
That's what I'm saying. That's a tagline.
that's true. That is true.
God don't make
Okay, I'll think of another one.
Okay.
I'll be doing one.
No,
What's
I
that
just
too?
I couldn't come up with
Also,
two.
in my scenario, I can I request footage?
Yeah, by the way, I want
What?
footage.
I want footage.
I want footage of when they were planning to kill Diana.
Like, show
What
me
was
the
that
scene.
like?
Show me
Who
the
else
scene.
was in the room?
So my first question is,
Is the one you thought about yesterday? You gasped so loud about.
yeah, it's not. Before I start my spiel, right? I didn't take this seriously. So these aren't deep questions. These are very frivolous questions, right?
Your gasp was
No, it's the gasp was over dramatic. It wasn't. It's not serious.
okay.
Was Michael God?
No.
God, are you listening to me? God. Was Michael Jackson guilty of the child molestation accusations? Was he guilty? Was he innocent? Was it? You know what I mean?
That's a good one.
I need to know.
Don't push your agenda, please,
I
Marks.
am here
Don't
to
push
tell
your
you.
agenda, please, Marks. Speak as God.
I am
God is
here to
objective.
tell you finally and definitively
Yes.
Yes.
that Michael Jackson is innocent.
I
He is an innocent man. Okay?
Wow.
These are idiots.
I'm going to put that to bed
God, I am
right
not
now.
involved. I am not involved.
I'm joking. Something well.
I am merely a fly on the wall in this room.
Theatrics. This is all theatrics.
MJ.
I'm not involved. Catch me saying I'm not involved so I can
Now,
show
I'm not
this
going
to
to lie. He's a little bit weird. Yeah, he's a little weird though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, and he's done inappropriate things that he's going to answer for.
Yeah.
But he didn't sleep with them damn kids.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I knew it, God.
I knew it.
Come on, man.
I knew it.
Yeah, man.
All right, second question, right? Even though there's been rumors and speculation throughout the years, I need to know for sure, definitively. I need footage as well of both scenes. Who killed Biggie and Tupac? I need the concrete answer, the definitive answer, God, please.
Well, the LAPD killed Tupac,
Yeah.
but I think
Think?
the Crips.
Wait.
I don't think.
No, I don't need what you tell me what you think, God. Tell me what
the
is a
facts.
fact, what you know for sure.
There's too many.
Okay, cool.
clips.
The LAPD definitely killed Tupac. Yeah. And then it's blurry.
Look, wow. You're a fake God.
You're a phony.
Man, common G God.
Oh man.
LAPD.
You're Zeus.
LA
fake
Now I
God.
know.
What?
The lift with
LAPD.
Beyonce and Solange.
The
Wait.
LAPD killed Tupac,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of Crips killed Biggie.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I want I want to watch the Jay-Z Beyonce when Solange was slapping him upside his head.
Yeah, but we know what happened. He
No,
cheated.
but I need audio audio hasn't been
Yeah,
leaked.
but that's not a question.
It's a question. God,
me the-
may
give
I
me-
see with audio the footage, the elevator thing?
But I'm not sure if God will allow.
No,
everyone
he
to
absolutely
see
can.
that.
My God can.
Yeah, but this is the.
So what were we saying? I'm reading the comment.
Yours can. That is not my God.
Someone said having Marcus' God is crazy.
All right, my last question will be: are there currently aliens beings from other planets living on Earth? Sub-questions.
You really thought about this?
If yes, how long have they been here for? Also, can I see the footage of them traveling here, landing, meeting our people? Yeah. What have they been doing ever since they've been here? Who are the important
First of all,
people?
yeah. You're
in
giving if I had
power?
one wish, I'm asking 3 wishes.
These
Sir.
questions
all
are
one
already
question,
loaded.
please.
I just want to say, yeah, obviously, look, yeah, the universe is vast.
Yeah.
And it's extensive, yeah. And human beings ain't the only ones here. And other life forms have been on this planet for as long as I can remember, yeah, helping us with technology, medicine, all of these things. But they've been living in harmony with us peacefully, and it's all good.
All right. Thank you, God. Thank you.
What?
Actually, no, that was blasphemous.
Too late.
Sorry, what happened?
I told you guys. The angels are busy making notes
No,
about y'all.
I'm role playing.
Yeah, man.
Role playing. This is a role I'm playing.
Use that's final factors.
God
Woo.
understands.
Yeah, you got to understand that. We're playing.
Innit?
Who's in it?
I'm about to say something stupid as well. Maybe don't give Brent any ammo.
Listen, it's too late. You got all the content.
All right. My question would
What?
be...
God drinks water? I thought you were self-sufficient.
If this goes on TikTok, if Christian TikTok find us here,
No, it's fine. I'm joking.
we're gonna be so done at it. They're worse than Whiskey FC, bro. Yo. Dear.
My first question is,
Here we go.
what came first, the chicken or the egg?
That is your question.
No, that's a good question. That's the question that universe has asked.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you guys think it is?
What's it, John,
So
please?
before God does.
We're about to find out.
It was the chicken. Why on earth would I just make an egg? What are you talking about? I was
Yeah,
making
and then how
animals.
would I know
I
what the
made-
egg would go into
You're just
if
good.
there wasn't
the
a chicken?
You're
I
good,
made
though.
the chicken first. That's painfully obvious.
Okay.
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 All right.
What can black people do?
Oh, here we go.
God damn. Shit. I don't know if I want this
Here
one.
we go. Let's go.
I don't know if I want this one. Oh, God.
Yeah. What can black people do? What one thing would you say black people can do to make sure we get back to our rightful position?
What position is that?
We're the makers, the owners, and the cream of the planet Earth, the fathers of civilization and gods of the universe.
Damn.
Okay. Right then. Shut me up. Having a hard time with this one, aren't you?
Simple.
Unify.
Okay. Okay.
Unify.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay. My third question, I'll come back to.
Okay.
Brent.
All right, cool.
Hold on, should we dim the lights?
Ambiance.
He's gonna go left now.
Obviously, you
'Cause
don't.
Brent's asleep.
These situations don't come around often, obviously, right? So,
What situation?
Yeah, because you die
You
once.
when you get a chance to
Okay,
speak to
okay,
God,
fair
duh.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because you die once.
all right. So, first one. What are all the things in recorded history that certain sections of humanity call myths, fables, or conspiracies that are actually true? No, don't, Mark, don't worry. Don't worry.
No, answer.
No, one more
this-
time. Somebody ask that question again.
All right. Understand that these questions, I want as much information as possible from these
I
questions.
know, I can tell by the way you worded it.
Yeah. So I needed to word it properly. All right, cool. First one. What are all the things in recorded history that certain sections of humanity call myths, fables, or conspiracies that are actually true?
Like Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, and them things there.
Loch Ness Monster exists. The Bermuda Triangle is a real thing. You can get lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
Dinosaurs?
The royal family are reptilians.
Damn.
They are reptilians. John Wayne Bobbitt killed Kennedy. FBI killed Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. What's my other guy called? Because the revolutionary.
Fred Hampton.
Fred Hampton. Yeah, Fred Hampton. All of them. All our great black leaders, FBI killed them. What else we got? I can't remember. There's loads of conspiracies, man. COVID was not 5G. Definitely weren't 5G.
Did the royal family kill Princess D?
Yes, I told you that. She done that. They definitely done that. They did that shit. COVID was started by America. It was labs in America,
Really?
and they tried to release it in China as a war weapon, and it backfired and spread around the whole world. It wasn't really in the market in Wuhan.
Was 9/11 an inside job?
Yep. 9/11 was an inside job. America done that. So to start their illegal war and to put all these things in places like security with them being able to watch us and getting all that information. Like, it was all a big ploy.
All right, you be here all day. Let me move on to the next one.
All right, cool, let's go.
Second one. If you were to walk me through in detail what you have seen occur across the entire universe since you've been on watch, your involvement included, what would that be, kind sir?
The entire universe, bro.
Understand, I told you, this is not for Marx. This is for God. And I've got all the time in the world with God because he has to answer these questions. So I'm going to sit down patiently with juice and crisps. And he's going to walk
Some
through
snacks.
every single thing he's seen across the entire universe.
I can't give you
No,
that.
that's what I said. It's not for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Come on,
Just on Earth though, I created a perfect place for you to live, and then you came and just fucked it up. It's been an absolute shit show.
Thank you. My third question. If you were to walk me through slowly enough in words and instructions that I understand and can comprehend, how to unlock the entire capacity of my brain, what would those words and instructions be, kind sir?
Okay,
God
so
is
get
over there at the
jump
moment. You're
leads.
looking at you like you're not going to get the chance to ask me any questions.
Get jump
this
leads.
is-
Put one on your left ear, one on your right ear. Hook up the other one to the back.
he
So
said
positive, negative.
jump leads?
They always say,
What?
What do you say? Connect your brain to jump leads.
I should kill myself. Then you will reach me. Thank you, Max.
There you go.
What's Mark's questions? What questions would you want to ask God?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Also, hold on, one more question for you, God. Why didn't you create human beings? I need your rationale to why you didn't create human beings equal.
Because life's about balance.
Okay.
Life's about balance, it's about give and take, it's about ups and downs. And when you go through all these things and adversities, it creates, you don't know what it's going to create, but it's beautiful. You never know what you're going to get. Some things have to be good, some things have to be bad. Too much of one thing is good for nothing. You know what I'm trying to say? Plus, you got to understand, I'm sitting up here watching all of this. Show was going to be boring if everybody was just the same. And you know what I'm trying to say? I need plot twists. I need entertainment. So I had to just, there you go.
All right.
What would I ask myself?
You should ask yourself, do you know what? Damn chill.
Am I one of your proudest and greatest achievements?
On brand?
What was the inspiration behind me? And did you break the mold after you was done with me?
You're so annoying.
And also, you're about to be let down by these answers, boy. Them answers ain't gonna appease you.
Now, some of the questions in the comments is killing me.
What are they
what
saying?
is it?
Someone said, will Dutchavelli ever find a woman his own age?
That's a strong no. Resounding no.
So done. Okay, should we go through the Mighty Network ones? Because you sort of had one job and I'm afraid to say yours didn't deliver. I think that £50 is going to stay where it's currently at, in our pockets.
No.
What do you mean, no?
It's gonna run.
Yeah.
Is there a good one?
All right, go on. What are we doing? We're just going to go through one
Yeah,
by
let's-
one?
Yeah.
All right, first one. Should I read it now?
I'm not answering these, by the way, am I?
Nah.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think you want to anyway.
From Denise, why did you allow black peoples to be at the bottom in society? Why were whites made to be at the top? What did you want for black people to get out of this?
Black people wasn't always at the bottom of society, though. This is what people need to understand.
And white people wasn't made to be at the top.
They said, why did you allow
that's-
it to happen?
I thought you just said.
That didn't sound like what he said.
Yeah, it says, why did you allow black people to be at the bottom?
No, I did say the word
That's exactly
allow.
what I said, yeah.
Yeah, but he also says here, why were whites made to be at the top?
Yeah, but
It
they were made to be at the top because they ended up being at the top. They moved us from the top and we went bottom and they came top. So why was that written for them to be at the top?
If they use their own devices to position themselves there, that's on them. That's not. You can't say God did that.
Yeah, but it happened though.
I didn't do
You
that.
said that. What was it? What was the quote he dropped on me?
That everything's written.
Yeah, everything's written. So it was written that they would be able to take over. Exactly. Not
Don't
you.
use my words against me, okay?
Absolutely will.
So y'all don't believe in free will and predestination?
Oh, you know I do.
Yeah, so God didn't do this. So it's like saying God causes all the suffering.
Yeah, that's
in the
what I
world.
said about the death thing though.
Somebody did.
Because I could, in my own irresponsibility, we can have free will, but then what happens, technically then we could say was written. It was gonna be that way, but your free will led
we have
you
free
to what was
will.
written.
That's the quote unquote allowance that God gives us, free will. So everything that happens is because we have chosen it to be that way.
Yeah, but then the destination, it was written that that's where you were gonna end up.
God knows the end before the beginning, so He knows how things are going to go.
Is this in support of me or not in support?
He's right. Someone's right. This isn't the end as well. This is just a footnote in the history of the world. You
So
get
how
what
is
I'm
what I
saying?
said different then? If this is
I'm not arguing.
if this is the logic we're using, what I said then applies. I could have died due to my free will, but it was there that I was going to die because of my free will. So in the same way,
Are you talking about
free
your
will-
husband?
huh?
God knowing who your husband was going to be? Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
I'm just talking about death now because apparently I'm auditioning for men. But yeah, so in the same way, black people were where they were at the top, white people were at the bottom. And then due to free will white people had, they decided to take over. And it was written that they would. I'm right. You're all silent. Because you're not listening, but that's not the point. What's the next one? Why did you separate humans from Africa? I guess it's free will again.
Yeah.
Why did what? Sorry?
Why did you separate humans from Africa?
What do you mean? What does that mean? Separate humans from Africa?
Yeah, we didn't stay in Africa.
Yeah.
Free will. We have free will in our legs.
Why did some of them leave and go?
What? Why did they
Yeah, you're not winning that anyway. That question is a bit.
colonize the world? Like people. I don't understand. Why
And
do
then-
people move and travel around?
I want to know why this next person started every
Curiosity, maybe.
word with a capital. That's a pet.
I know,
peeve.
that's interesting.
That's a pet peeve, man.
Is it?
But she slipped up a few times in this chat window. She promised that she was going to keep that up, but she hasn't kept it up. I see you.
Or is it?
Yeah.
So another question says,
You're a
genuinely happens to our loved ones that have transitioned? Do they actually meet and know each other in the afterlife? Are they reborn? And if so, is it into the same family? And that question made me realize you guys didn't understand the
Yeah,
assignment.
because you're about to find out too.
Because you're not even you're about to, you are. You found out. You're dead too.
yeah, basically, guys, you're dead in this scenario.
Yeah. So have you met up with your loved ones? Are you in the same family? There's your answer.
Do you think reincarnation is real?
No.
No, I think that's calling God lazy.
Because I might come back as a pigeon and that'd be the worst thing to happen. I'd rather not. Because what is it that you come back as? You come back as what?
Something.
So nice.
It's something that you were not nice to or something like that, isn't it?
If you're bad,
It
but
depends on what you believe.
Yeah, there's different belief systems. Because you remember you got reincarnation slightly nuanced along across different beliefs. Like
But-
some just believe, if you're good, you come back as something better.
But if you don't know that you were once someone else in previous life, what's the point?
If you don't what?
If you don't know that you've been reincarnated, what's the point?
I
You
would
might
want to know.
just be a fresh being.
I'd want to know. I'd want to tap into my old
You know what I
life.
mean? If you don't
What
know,
about
what's
them
the point?
people who have visions and stuff and they swear down they've been here before?
Yeah, they're weird.
That's called deja vu, sir.
It's called crack.
Which is the deja vu. You have to experience something.
Nah, I'm
Deja
messing
vu is
around.
remembering
No.
something that's happened, isn't it?
It's called drugs. How you been here before?
You are just diminishing people's experiences. It's not
I'm not
nice,
diminishing
man.
it. I'm just saying it's my opinion on it. I'm not diminishing it. All the best if that's what you believe. But when I look at you and you tell me that I can't take the conversation seriously. All I see is, damn, you need to love them drugs. That's what I see. Have you been here before? And so you've been here before. And have you used your previous knowledge to do anything extraordinary this time?
But do you think like maybe the consciousness needs to be awoken though in your now new present state?
But how though?
This is it. Because maybe you need to bump into someone or enter into a belief system where they can help open it up.
Unlock it.
No, but if they said to you that they've been here before, the consciousness is awake.
They have woken up. Yeah.
Yeah. But then my thing is, if you think if I come back again, I'm going to be living the same life I'm living now. Psh, I will be the queen of this land.
But it depends, because remember, if you've come back from before, it's not like you came from the future, innit? Where you know stuff and you can make money.
No, but I know what went wrong then, so I will not make the same mistakes now. So the quality of life I'm going to live is going to be a lot better.
Yeah, perhaps. But if you came from like, I don't know, the Dark Ages in Europe now, like you just being okay over there and using that knowledge today doesn't help.
It does, because back then, people were shitting in buckets and throwing outside the balcony. I'm inventing toilets. Now I'm rich AF.
That's what I'm saying. All you did is just come and you start using the toilet. You didn't really do anything.
No, but back then...
Because you're coming from the past. You're not going back. You're not going from the past to come back to the future. You can't die now and then reincarnate in something in the past. So you're not going to be able to use all your knowledge. You get it? You're going in reverse.
Yeah, but then if I say I was in the past year, and I say, for example, I didn't take my education seriously in the past, when I come back this time, I will take my education seriously because I saw people who took their education seriously and they've lived better lives. So whatever it was I experienced in the past, I will just use that knowledge to further myself now.
But then it doesn't mean you'll be like the queen or you'll be rich and all that.
But I will definitely be in a better position than I was last time.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So anyone who's going to tell me that they've lived before, what was your life like before and how have you upgraded it this time around?
I've seen a couple shows like that actually, but it's like white people in it, and they believe they were in the war and they were like side by side with like Mary Nightingale and Florence Nightingale.
Yeah, Florence Nightingale.
Mary Nightingale.
Mary Nightingale.
All right, okay, let's go through these quickly. Who else is there? Was you mad when Moses came down the mountain and smashed the commandments? Also, you put "Thou shalt not kill" as one of them, but a lot of the people have been killed. A lot of people have been killed in your name. That's got nothing to do with God. People have been killed in God's name.
Yeah, it's human beings, man.
Oh, as in they're killed because of God. Yeah, they needed to go, man. What would happen if one day the country woke up and God made the whole... No, you're asking God about... Anyway, what would happen if one day the country woke up and God made the whole of the monarchy in the UK a black family, in the Houses of Parliament, head of all the powerful institutions, police, etc., were headed by black people? Basically, we controlled all the powerful institutions in the UK, showed them how it felt for a majority to colonize a majority. A minority to colonize a majority. Okay. I would ask God whether he felt hindsight giving humans free will was a design fault. I need to know how you've been all knowing and all you thought was, and you thought that would be a good idea.
That sounds like a little jab at God there.
Yeah, I'm involved with that one. And says also, God, please, no, I'm only questioning. Oh, she did a little thingy. So did the royals really organize the death of Diana? In-house spokesperson has answered that. Why does Australia have all the outlandish animals? Are humans meant to live there? Nope. No, all them animals around. So is there a winner from this?
Yeah, you should just pick the winner.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. Hold on. Brent, go on. You pick the winner since you're more passionate about these questions.
Which is the one that stood you guys the most?
I'm screaming. Someone said, I'm asking God, is Koi ever coming back?
Ding, 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 ding.
The answer is yes.
Exactly.
Let me get a winner. No, I'm joking. You say Brent, what stood us the most?
Yeah, Brent, you pick one, man. Because
Why my network's not working right now? Mighty.
None of it stood y'all?
No, I'm trying to
you
get.
said us.
I'm trying to get back into the app.
I don't know, man. Maybe we should do this off air and we'll DM the person that wins.
That's not fair. Tell them
It's
that,
not fair
man.
at all.
Okay, well then someone say something because everyone's all silent and yet it's not fair.
I'm trying to get into the app.
Emmanuel,
other
what
four of
stood
you?
you the most?
I'm going through it again, man. I think it might be
I think the free... Actually,
the
no.
free will one. I think maybe, you know, like, do you feel like that was a design fault?
Well, God is perfect.
But God
Can't
don't make
accuse God of
mistakes,
making a mistake.
Yeah, Yeah, but the Bible also says sometimes God said, I regret doing this.
I realize I don't know what Bible you read, so I'm not gonna.
It's the same one you read.
I don't know about that.
So it doesn't say God said,
I don't know what it says, what it doesn't say.
There you
I'm not
go.
involved.
That's
a
main
serious
thing.
question, though. Asking God if
I'm
you've
not
got any
involved.
regrets and thing, that might could win it still.
So are we doing free will?
All right, cool. Who did that?
That was Temi.
All right, cool. Temi, well done.
Yeah.
Where's the effects? Hold on, I'm looking for effects.
Bomb.
All right. Okay, I'm talked out. Let's get to the next headlines, please.
Okie dokes. All right. Trigger warning. I said it right this time. Mel C from the Spice Girls says she was sexually assaulted on tour. So she's come out and she's revealed she was sexually assaulted the night before the Spice Girls' first ever concert in 1997.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Speaking on novelist Elizabeth Day's podcast, the star said the assault took place during a hotel massage in Turkey. She said, I felt violated. I felt very vulnerable. I felt embarrassed. And then I felt unsure. Have I got this right? I was in an environment where you take off your clothes with this professional person. The singer, whose full name is Melanie Chisholm, said she buried the incident immediately because she had to focus on the Spice Girls concert debut. She said, I didn't want to make a fuss, but also I didn't have the time to deal with it. She also added that failing to process the assault at the time had allowed it to become buried for years and years and years. It was only when she started writing her memoir, Who I Am, that the memories started to resurface. She said, it came to me in a dream, or I kind of woke up and it was in my mind and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't even thought about having this in the book. Then, of course, I had to think, well, do I want to reveal this? And I just thought, actually, I think it's really important for me to say it and to finally deal with it and process it. So,
That's very sad. That's a low and a high at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And this next one, trigger warning again. It's a bit long. We'll see if I read everything. But basically, a barrister is found guilty of raping a woman that he met on Tinder. So Barrister has been found guilty by an Old Bailey jury of raping a woman. The court heard that Robin Jacobs, who's aged 39, unexpectedly initiated anal sex during a consensual encounter. The woman who met Jacobs through the Tinder dating app said she twice told him to stop and screamed at him before he moved away after 20 to 30 seconds. Jacobs from South Woodford in East London said he believed the woman had consented. He apparently appeared anxious and agitated in the dock after the verdict before shouting, I didn't do it. I was telling you the truth. I could have lied, but I told you the truth. Oh my God. Jurors deliberated for 4 hours and 47 minutes to find him guilty of rape by a majority verdict of 10-2 following a retrial. Judge Hillen said the evidence showed Jacobs had taken absolutely no steps to check if the woman consented to anal sex, and the jury would have decided it was not reasonable for him to think she had. Stephen Rose, who was defending Jacobs, said the court was dealing with a mistake by the defendant of a few seconds. I'll read some of the backstory. So basically, they were in court before. Previously, the court had heard how the couple met through Tinder in the summer of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
It was on their third date that this rape took place, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a video interview played in court, the woman told police what happened. She said Jacobs told her to wait a minute before forcing himself onto her. She said, I told him to stop twice and he did not. I screamed, get off. Then he stopped and he did not. And he did move away, right? At that point, I was just face down. I did not know what to do with myself and I was in quite a lot of pain. He asked me if I was going to report it to the police. He asked me if he would see me again. And then he also offered me paracetamol. There was no discussion, absolutely no warning. There was no touching, foreplay warning. There was nothing. The woman was examined at a specialist sexual assault clinic and found to have a fresh laceration. Experts agreed such an injury was likely to have been inflicted with at least moderate force. Jacobs denied that he used the woman's body to pleasure himself, saying that's not what I'm about. And then at that point, the sentencing was adjourned. Well, pardon me. Right now, the sentencing's been adjourned for a later date. So we don't know how long he's going to get.
Is she saying she didn't agree to anal sex, or she didn't agree to sex, period?
To the anal.
Mm-hmm.
But then she said there was no foreplay. There's nothing. She didn't know it was coming. So
Exactly.
technically, she didn't agree to sex at all.
See, this is what was kind of confusing to me. I think she consented to the main thing, but I think when he tried to add in the additional thing,
no, but
that's what it sounded like in the beginning.
That's what I read like.
I read it as like we're just sitting there talking. Wait a minute, and then he tries to have anal sex because she said there was no warning, there was no touching, foreplay, nothing. So it's like that's what he just went for. So I don't think it's agreeing to, because then if you agree to sex, there's different types of sex. So you just be like, no, not that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
But it's only the reason why I'm saying that is because in the most recent thing, it says that he's basically guilty of unexpectedly initiating anal sex during a consensual encounter.
Oh, so you gotta get consent for each type of sex. Actually, you do.
Yeah.
You do.
Well,
You
to
do.
be fair,
Yeah.
it doesn't. Yeah, if you can't just.
Yeah.
Anal's not
Anal
everybody's
sex is not
story.
the
You
same
can't
as
just throw
normal
that on
penetrating
people.
sex, so you have
But
to
now I'm
ask.
thinking oral sex as well. Then, so if we
Yeah.
agree to have what's sex that on top of somebody, what's penetrative sex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have to. Well, oral is too. If you agree to a normal
Yeah.
sex, right? So you kind of have to get consent as well for oral. Get consent for anything else you want to
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And that's the end of the headline.
All right. Well, let's get into Word on Road. Stuff for you guys today. Firstly, Cardi B has been sentenced to 15 days community service following
good?
that assault situation
She
that
doesn't
she
have
had.
her headphones on, so she didn't hear that.
Hear what?
He said, "Why is that
It's
good?
relentless with his.
Why is that what?
agenda.
Why is that good?"
Because she could have gone jail.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she got 15 days community service instead of a jail time.
Okay.
Okay, I'm with you.
So basically I'll take you guys back. So what had happened was, during Offset's multiple cheating tours, he allegedly slept with some girl from a strip club. So what it was, Cardi basically went to the strip club and she basically was fighting these girls, threw a bottle of champagne at them and whatever, these two strippers, and it was like a whole thing, assault thing, whatever. But anyways, because she pleaded guilty, she was able to just get 15 days 15 days, what's it called? Community service rather than jail time. So I guess if she pleaded not guilty, she would have been facing jail time. But so she also, so that's really all she's got. Doesn't have to pay a fine or anything like that. And I think it's quite good, to be fair, because it could have been worse. And then she said, in her statement, she said, part of growing up and maturing is being accountable for your actions. As a mother, it's a practice that I'm trying to instill in my children, but the example starts with me. I've made some bad decisions in my past that I'm not afraid to face and own up to these moments. And owning up to these moments don't define me, and they're not reflective of who I am now. I'm looking forward to moving past this situation with my family and friends and getting back to the things I love the most, the music and my fans. So if she doesn't complete those days before January 2023, then she could face jail time. But I reckon she'll just get it done. And her lawyer also said the idea is she's going to do something that plays to her strengths in terms of reaching people, particularly young people. So positive messages about education, about staying on track. I guess it's how she's going to try and do her community service. Maybe actually that's why she's visiting them schools at the moment. Oh no, but the verdict just came in. Yeah. But anyways, so that's that on Cardi. And I think women really need to stop this whole fighting because of men. Like it's really, really bad. It's just embarrassing. There's some woman, this is not part of my news, but there's some woman who, her man, so basically she drove her man to Walmart or whatever, and she's in the car waiting for him. Her 8-month-old child baby is in a car, and she goes for his phone and finds out he's cheating with her sister. When he comes out, she tries to run him over. And it reminded me when we were talking about people, like your death being in just written. She tried to run him over. He was injured, but you know who else she ran over and killed?
Yeah.
Some poor guy who basically he had an accident. He had a motorcycle accident and he couldn't walk. And he just learnt how to walk again. And unfortunately, when she was driving to go and get her man, he was like walking with his cane. Killed the guy.
Gotcha.
Killed the guy.
She killed someone.
Yeah. So her man was, and then what's mad? So she killed the guy, yeah. He's there laying on the floor, and so is obviously her boyfriend who she actually hit. He
She
survived.
ran over to her man, started mashing him up.
And yeah, she went to her man and was beating up her man. This time you killed the person. But yeah, she's been charged with also, she's gonna get life in prison, basically. Right. And now your sister and your man are going to raise your kid. Because she's also charged for child endangerment. because you literally had your 8-month-old baby in the back of the car. So women stop getting into fights about for men, man. It's embarrassing at this point. It ain't it. Second, okay. So the other day I talked about the Little Mermaid trailer. People have been really, really upset that she's black, as in Ariel was being played by Hailey Bailey. So they're upset that Halle Bailey. They're upset that the Little Mermaid is black, and there's a guy, AI scientist, and that's artificial intelligence scientist. So he basically created a white version of the trailer. Brent, is it up? Yeah, so it's up at the moment, so you guys can see it. And he basically created a white version, but his account's been suspended and all that stuff anyway. And so it says, someone tweeted on his behalf, and it said, credits to our member artificial intelligence scientist. He fixed the Little Mermaid and turned the woke actor into a ginger white girl. He says he can do the he can fix the whole movie when it comes out in 24 hours. Then the person says, it's over for the woke cells. And says, note for Twitter, this is purely for... You need to play the audio.
Man, what's going on, man?
I'm showing them.
No, but
Yeah, we didn't need the audio. Personally, I think it's like...
Yeah, but
But basically, yeah. First of all, I think that looks like Christina Aguilera, in my opinion, that picture. But furthermore, anyway, people are saying, yeah, you're going to edit on a white mermaid, but you using a black voice. And people are like, it just shows again that you people you like our talents and stuff, but you don't like our skin. So it was just all of that stuff. But anyways, the trailer on YouTube got 1.5 million dislikes.
wow.
Damn.
Mad. And YouTube have been forced to then take off the dislike counter now. I thought I did that ages ago anyway,
Why the dislike count even there anyway?
I thought that because I went on other videos to see whether you could see dislike. I'm sure they said they stopped doing that. There was a whole thing about them not doing that anymore because apparently it affects people's self-esteem and stuff.
Yeah, it should be either you like it or you don't. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. You don't have to have a downward thumb.
They did it on Twitter as well, you know.
That's really it.
Yeah, I can rate your tweet down.
Yeah, I don't fuck with this down.
But but the guy,
So
they're
how come
claiming
you
that
guys
they're not racist for this, by the way.
What's that?
But you said you didn't want a black James Bond.
Boy,
Who's you lot?
I think we had this conversation. I swear you didn't want a black James Bond.
I don't know. You're looking at me. I don't remember getting involved in this conversation.
I want to see how this matches up.
Because these people don't want to. Like, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad at their outrage? You didn't want a black James. You don't think it was right that there was a black James Bond.
Who's
So maybe
you?
they use the same logic.
I'm not mad at the outrage. I'm
the
just
same logic.
I'm reporting
Who?
the news.
Look what these white people done in this.
No, but who's you talking about?
Have you seen these films? What they do?
Oh, paid in full. Eminem. Who's the guy in the middle again?
Man. Oh man, belly.
No, Brent is having
That
too
is
much
mad.
fun on
Mark
it.
sent it to me.
Oh,
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah, this guy he's
mad.
clocked now. He can send anything to me. I can put it up.
listen.
nah, that belly is whack. That's the guy from Tokyo Drift. Why him? Of all people, Vin Diesel.
They're saying, boy, look how would you lot feel? This is what we've done, innit?
I'm not gonna lie. That Friday remake looks decent still. Jim Carrey and what's
Paid
his face?
Paid in Full could be lit as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh mate.
But yeah. So
Say it off, sorry. Say it off. Who they're like
No, that set off is yucky.
who, there's like 3 heads.
You know what I clocked when say it off, yeah?
What?
They only robbed like 12 racks from the bank.
I like this crowd was not worth it. But that was back in what, 96 or something? That was a lot of money back then.
Man, $3,000 each, blood. Nah, man. That whole movie was for $3,000 each, bro. They should have just went to work, blood.
Nah, so
Oh.
That set off is funny.
yeah. So there's that basically. Next on my stuff to talk about. One second. Yeah. So Mariah Carey is celebrating 25 years of her Butterfly album. And she tweeted, "Happy Butterfly anniversary. I will never forget the day I released this album to the world. I had never felt more exposed and vulnerable, yet free and euphoric at the same time. It was a true emancipation, no pun intended, of my spirit, soul, and innermost feelings, which I poured into every lyric and every note on every song. 25 years later, it's still one of the proudest moments of my life and career. To celebrate Butterfly 25, I'm releasing new remixes, live performances, acapellas, and a new version of The Roof with the one and only Brandy. And yeah, and then she did an exclusive interview with Variety as well. And in that she says, she says that there will be, that's what she talks about, the Brandy version of The Roof. And then she said, a singer who, like me, loves great background vocal arrangements and blending vocal textures together, and with whom she would like to collaborate with again really soon. I have listened to it. It's really, really cool. It's really, really good. So yeah. What's your favorite Mariah song?
Ooh.
It's too hard, man. Mariah.
Probably Honey Bad Boy remix.
I love Honey, yeah. And Heartbreaker.
Terrible choice.
I love Heartbreaker. Yeah. Oh, Always Be My Baby. Oh my gosh, I love that one.
Terrible choices.
What, Honey Bad Boy remix is terrible?
What's your favorite Mariah song of all time?
I'm not a big Mariah fan. So if you're looking for a deep cut from me,
you ain't gonna get it. Okay.
Mariah's cold still. Got to respect her.
It's funny, not you saying that our choices weren't deep enough, but you didn't even say yours.
Yeah, because I have to put a bit more thought into it. I could probably give you an album cut that you don't know. It's just wasting my time. My talent's being wasted there. So, it don't make sense.
All right, so basically, yesterday.
I don't know how you all allow him to basically get away with that, but all right, cool.
I can't bother.
About what? Mariah? Yeah, but Mariah's not
he's challenged you, told yours is bollocks, but he's there sitting saying, I need time. No.
I can't bother. Do you see how I just moved on?
That's all right, it's all right.
I can't bother.
That's all right.
Yeah, but Mariah Carey is not my fight.
Yeah, listen, you gotta win the battle to lose the battle to win the war.
Some principles you need to make sure that Marks doesn't sit in it. I'm just saying.
If I give you an album cut that I really enjoy that you don't know, it's just wasted.
Then say it anyway.
No, you know it is. I understand where he's coming from because I feel like that often. People ask me questions. I'm like, you don't even know the song I'm about to say. So
say it anyway. I know you hate me.
I don't believe that you're a Mariah Carey.
I don't think he's got one.
I don't believe you. I think
you don't believe that I'm a Mariah fan.
I think you're posturing. Prove me wrong, sir. Go on.
I was about to break into the second verse of my song.
We saw your sway. Go for it.
I was about to break into the second verse on my rhythm. You know what? I ain't gonna have to prove it. I love Mariah still.
Okay, what is the song though?
I like. I don't. You know what it is? It's like she's got too many songs for me to pick a favorite right this second. I love bare songs. You see that? Go to the Emancipation of Mimi. That's a cold album. It's got Circles or something like that. Go and do that one.
Go to one of her albums. That's all I heard.
That's helpful. Thank you. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Mark. That was very helpful. We can tell how much of a Mariah fan you are just from that.
Let me show you a screenshot,
Oh no! I think I'm lying, you know.
Brent, tell them the last song that was playing. This is just random. Tell them the last song that was playing on my Spotify. Because I just went on there quickly.
I think my favorite one might be
This Is Natural.
Joe, Mariah.
This is fate. This is fate actually. Because I listen to Mariah in my spare time. That's the last song that was playing.
All right, let me throw it up.
When I was in the car, you get me.
She's.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like this.
Also he could have just showed the people.
I like that you sent over a whole picture.
No, look at the bottom of the screen to see what's playing.
This is very chaotic for me. What's going on here? What are we waiting for?
You sent him a screenshot.
So just say the song.
I lie. What's it?
I would like to move on.
It says Forever Remix.
No,
that's it. You could have said that.
It doesn't say that. What's Forever Remix?
What?
Y'all are pissing me off today. I'm actually done now.
I don't want to help.
Okay, do you know what?
Read it.
Do you know what? Yeah, I don't care anymore. I'm moving on. Drake.
Brent forced this whole thing, bro.
Like, I'm done.
It says always be my baby.
I don't care.
And it was halfway played. Gosh.
I don't care. Okay. Anyway, so basically Drake was trolled by some man, and so what's the guy's name again? So the guy's called Afantano, something like that. He's some music guy. Apparently, he reviews that music and he looks white. But you know when people never use the actual face for the pictures anymore,
Yeah.
it's a thing. So I don't know if that's him or not. But it's some white guy anyway, and he reviews music and whatever. So he must have trolled Drake here and said that Drake sent him a DM. And so the DM said, I'm not going to read all of it because I haven't got time for that. But yeah, it says, Anthony, it's Drizzy. I know we don't really see eye to eye about music and that you're not the biggest fan of most of my albums. Thanks for the kind words on Take Care. And if you're reading this though, but it is what it is, you know. Can always hope you like the next one. But I'm not messaging you about your videos. I'm actually messaging you because I found a really great vegan cookie recipe I'd love you to try. The guy's a vegan as well. You might not want to be doing all of that.
No?
No.
Sorry.
No, you might not want to.
Is he white vegan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's white. I don't know what the guy is. Yeah, he's white. He's a white guy. Sorry, he's a white guy. And then he gives him the whole recipe, blah, blah, tells him how to cook it, do the oven on this, a whole bunch of detailed instruction. And then he signs out by saying, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this a spin and let me know if it's worth trying myself. Appreciate you, Drizzy out. And then, obviously, it was doing the rounds on social media, it was a whole thing. And then Drake decided to actually screenshot him and the guy's DM to show people that, listen, this is not what it was. But then what it had was Drake sending the guy messages. And what Drake said to Guy was, your existence is a light one. And the one is because you're alive. And because you somehow wifed a black girl, I'm feeling a light to the sense one on your existence.
What is this?
What?
It's a custom match. I think that's a good comeback.
I'm feeling.
It says your
What did he say,
existence is a
sorry?
light one.
Yeah.
And I'm basically, he said the only reason why it's even, and it's number one. The only reason why the number one even exists is because you're alive. So basically your existence is nothing. You don't exist. And I think he's trying to say, because you wifed up someone who's black, you know, don't try pipe up. But you kind of got the one because I guess you're with someone from my race. You don't get it?
Yeah.
No, I don't. What is that?
I think it's a good cuss. But anyways, what's next? Hold on, wait, sorry. What's next on my thing? Yeah, so basically John Boyega as well. So he was trending yesterday. He did an article with the Metro where he basically said that he only dates black. He said he's very disciplined in his dating and he only dates black.
He said what he said.
He said what he said. So he said, I only date black. Then it's about chemistry, personality, goals. Is there synergy? Can I help you? Can you help me? I'm very disciplined in the type of women I'd speak to. They don't want you in their business. Being in the public eye, they would prefer if you had the wife and family is the ultimate PR package, I guess. But anyway, so then one of his white fans I don't know if it's a fan. The guy said, I'm sorry at John Boyega, but if a white celebrity turned around and said he only dates white girls, he'd be called racist, but it's okay for a black celebrity to say he only dates black people. And John responded and said, when they talk about preferring brunettes or blondes, they're not talking about a wig. My preference is not a topic for debates. And I absolutely love that. I love a black man who stands in his
And that's on what?
period.
There you go.
That is on period. That is on Mary and her little lamb. And it's just great. And then the last thing for me is that Chris Eubank will be, the boxing legend, will be, he signed up for a reality TV show where basically you live in darkness for 7 days. It's called Scared of the Dark and it will be on Channel 4 and they're going to start filming later on this year. So essentially the contestants live in a specially constructed pitch black space and be pushed to the limits as they're forced to undertake a number of challenges. So a source is basically saying that Chris is always up for new challenges. So when he was approached about this new reality series, he was well up for it. He's a tough guy from his years in the boxing ring, but this show will test even the strongest of characters. Not only is it physically tough, but living in complete darkness will be a massive mental challenge too.
I'm not gonna lie, that show visually sounds whack.
No, I like it, man.
Visually, as in, what is it going to be night vision mode or something?
Yeah, I
like
think they will have night vision.
Yeah.
That's why it visually looked whack to me.
Yeah. And apparently, being scared of the dark, the fear of darkness, is called nyctophobia. So nyctophobia, or the fear of darkness, is one of the most common phobias. And living in complete and total darkness, the celebrities must endure, this is what the show's about, the celebrities must endure the unique pressures of light deprivation in the lightless space that they will call home. Their living space has everything they need for a comfortable stay. They just can't see any of it. I think that sounds really cool.
But if you find a certain appliance, like your laptop or something, what you
won't be allowed that though, because a lot of shows you can't do that.
so,
It's like Big Brother. You're not allowed.
so there's
like
nothing that's
phones
in
and-
the okay. Well, what if it's a kettle? It's got a little light there.
There will be like a kettle with like a little blue light.
Yeah.
You can't see from that.
So that means you can't use electronics, like as with screens, TVs.
Yeah, like media
phones,
stuff. You can't.
iPads.
Nah, you won't be allowed. Yeah, it should be interesting. I don't know if I watch it, but I think I'll do something like that. Because I imagine when I think of darkness and like that kind of stuff, it gives me. It's like it seems very peaceful, and I like quiet and peaceful. And
Yeah.
I think for 7 days it's a bit mad.
Chris Eubank cooked corned beef and rice on MasterChef.
Now, when you cook the MasterChef, Eubank,
I saw that clip. It was absolutely hilarious.
stupendous.
But yeah, it should be interesting anyway.
I thought he was Nigerian for the longest while.
Is it?
Yeah, he looks Igbo.
I thought he was Nigerian, man.
He's got Igbo head.
Can you tell people who?
Where's he from?
West Indies.
Is that West Indian?
Is it West Indian? Where?
Brent, you know.
Why?
You want a sweetie?
Brent is from the same
Right.
place.
He has too many quotable, that guy.
So where's he from, Brent?
Man's gonna Google it now.
Is it Guyana or something? Let me check.
Chris Eubank.
Oh, I didn't know that was in there. All right.
Let me double check.
The suspense is killing us.
It's Ghana. Hope it's something exciting.
But we can move on.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
I was,
Well-
no, 'cause I don't think that information would be hard to find. I thought it would be a.
Yeah, it should have been. I
Well,
don't know what he's doing when it's Android.
It's apparently it's Jamaica after all that.
Yeah.
It's Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into the People's Journal.
Is Mark.
Remember before we spoke about how more than a third of, I think it's 30% of the population now spend like more than a third of their income on rent.
Mm-hmm.
So really, there's no room for anything else, especially with these rising living costs. And on top of that, the World Bank basically has warned that there's going to be higher interest rates, right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty obvious, right? But that could potentially trigger a global recession. So yes, the three largest economies, which is the US, the China, the Euro, group all of Europe together, pretty much. They've been slowing down a bit, but they're basically saying that even a moderate hit to the global economy over the next year could tip it into recession. Also, they said unless like supply disruptions and labor market pressures subside, it's looking like the global core inflation rate, which is excluding energy and everything, could stay at about 5% going into 2023 into next year, which doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world. But if you consider that it was like half of that, right, before the pandemic, basically, it's just not looking good, man, unfortunately. Also, and this is pretty much the last thing I want to talk about, but I want to get a bit more information on this. But it's basically to do with Zambia. And so Zambia right now, their economy is just kind of really, like, it's really messed up, innit? And they're pretty much seeking up to £7.3 billion in debt relief from major lenders, right? So this will kind of include private funds, which are run by like large investment managers like BlackRock and them huge organizations, right? And what some people are saying, some academics and even some economists, more than 100 of these people are actually saying, look, you international lenders that that Zambia's coming to for assistance, you lot should erase their debt. Because if not, you know, this could be like crazy for the entire nation. So some of them are saying completely get rid of it. Some are just basically saying the interest, get rid of the interest.
Yeah.
Just to try and help them out, you know what I'm saying? So basically, where is this quote? Earlier this month, the IMF approved $1.3 billion loan to the country, right? Which defaulted on $17.3 billion of external debt after a collapse in its public finances during the pandemic, right? So $17.3 billion they defaulted on. Then they've approved another 1.3 on top, right? And basically, one of these letters that was written to kind of speak out for them is basically saying, look, because of the high interest rates and the fact Zambia's bonds have been trading at well below face value since 2018, many bondholders stand to make huge profits at the expense of both Zambian citizens and creditor countries if paid at face value. So it's therefore imperative that BlackRock and other bond holders agree to fully engage in a large-scale debt restructuring, including significant haircuts in order to make Zambia's debt sustainable. So people are kind of, you know, speaking up and saying, you know, they should do something about the whole situation, right?
Yeah.
Similar thing, not exactly the same thing, but similar thing happened with Chad and Ethiopia last year when they applied for debt relief under the G20's common framework. But yeah, basically the whole negotiations didn't really happen in the way that they wanted it to happen. Similar thing again happened to Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. They asked for bailouts under the IMF scheme to support the country during the climate crisis as well. Again, certain things just have been pushed back in it because of the whole COVID thing as well. This is kind of like a slightly off-topic thing, right? But it just reminded me because of the whole COVID thing, how things are being delayed. It's not really economics, right? But there's this guy who's basically... I shouldn't laugh at all, actually. But yeah, basically, this guy, he's basically facing 4 years in jail, right, without a trial because of COVID. So he was in remand, right? All right, so basically, he's told that he'll have to spend at least 4 years and 3 months in jail without trial as a result of COVID, right? Because of barrister strikes and a malfunctioning courtroom. Something like this, right? So basically, he was arrested in January 2019, and he remains in remand in a Leicester prison, despite having not been convicted of any of the charges against him. So basically, what the charges were something to do with supplying, conspiracy to supply Class A drugs, and possession of a prohibited firearm. Cool. Doesn't matter what the thing is, right? But still, because of the whole COVID thing and there being a backlog and all this type of stuff, he's expected to just stay. He's been in remand since then.
He might be able to sue though. I know that in this country they really care about human rights and stuff. If you're in jail and stuff longer than you should be due to a fault outside of your own, there are some legal things that can be done about that.
Yeah, well, his solicitors is basically, I guess, inquiring about that.
Yeah.
His solicitor's name is Brian Swan, and he basically said he's never heard of any defendant facing such a long period in jail without trial, where there's no fault for delay that could be pinned to the actual guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he just said the guy is not doing well mentally. What kind of hit me is the fact that he said that this guy was arrested or put on remand, right, when his daughter was 1 month old.
Boy, this is about to be in primary school.
She's now starting school.
That's mad.
It's crazy. So yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. That was a slight tangent. Just reminded me about that particular thing. And the last thing I want to talk about is basically we may get a bit more information on this new tax cuts plan that Liz Truss is trying to put forward. So basically, they've got a meeting next week during her whole cabinet. Obviously, it's going to involve the Chancellor of the Exchequer, which is Mr. Kwesi Kwarteng, right? And basically, they're going to come together and basically talk about how they're actually going to present these tax cuts. Because remember, she was saying that she believed, contrary to Rishi Sunak, that tax cuts is probably the best way to boost the economy and help people with rising living costs. So hopefully by next week or whenever this is done, basically next Friday on the 23rd, we'll be able to have a bit more information. But it was kind of pushed back because of the whole death of Queen Elizabeth II. But yeah, so hopefully I'll have a bit more information on what's going on in Zambia next week and also these tax cuts. And yeah, that's it for the People's Journal.
Alrighty. Well, let's get into Sis. What would you do? Trigger warning, I'm afraid. So with some unlawful behavior in the workplace. Hi guys, absolutely love the pod and keep doing what you're doing. I have a dilemma and would like to be kept anonymous. We keep everybody anonymous, as it's all to do with assault in the workplace. So, again, before I get into it, trigger warning. I'm 22 and so far have worked in 3 different jobs, and in each one have suffered some sort of abuse, verbally and physically. My current job, which I'm leaving this week, is as a healthcare assistant. I started during uni as a side job, and I honestly can say this job has changed me. Long story short, one day at the end of my shift, I went to the nurse's station to check my rota, and a member of staff, who is management, walked in behind me and closes the door. As I am taking a picture of the rota, she turns me around and unzips my top, exposing me. To make things worse, she looks directly into my eyes and smiles. I screamed and ran out into the reception. I met up with my friend as always to go home, and the same lady walks into reception and says goodbye to everyone like normal. I did not say a word all the way home until I broke down in my room. I told my colleague friend, and she confronted the lady. To wrap things up, as this is long, the lady has now fled the country. I know this sounds crazy, and hasn't come back in months. This is one of the worst things I have experienced, but just amongst a couple experiences I've had of older colleagues doing too much, touching me without permission, talking about me in a sexual manner, and asking me questions like, when will I get with them? This all in the same workplace and mostly by older men. It's stupid that I have to say this, but I'm just a normal 22-year-old. I don't dress promiscuously, which is not an excuse, and I mind my business. I'm scared this is going to become a common thing in my next job. Guys, what do I do? I think you need to, I don't know whether you report these things, but I think you need to report it officially, as in report it to HR so that they can log these things in and demand that an investigation is happening. I think if you've had a situation where people are saying stuff and all that kind of stuff, so it's a thing. And I think even you speaking out might be something that, not that this is the reason why you should do it, but it might encourage other cases to come up, which will make them investigate it. But I do think, like, obviously I know that you'd want to leave the place where these horrible things are happening to you, but I don't think that you should just leave in silence. I think that you should definitely report it to HR and literally tell them that you want an investigation done, and like literally put your foot on the neck about making sure that something is done about this, and it's not something that they can just kind of silence you over, because really and truly this is something you could even take them to court over, because they should have the right things in place to ensure that the people in the workplace are safe. And if something this is happening, you're working in an unsafe environment, and really and truly the liability is on the company, because they hired these people. They should be doing their due diligence and making sure they're doing the right checks. So I would say you should definitely report it, speak to HR. They have to keep it confidential and everything as well, and see how far they can do what they need to do. Obviously, you're leaving anyway, but still open investigation and tell them that you want to be kept in the loop of all of this stuff. And I think in your workplace, I pray that it doesn't happen to you again. And I think it's sad that you had to say, you're just a 22-year-old and you don't dress any kind of way, because you're right, that is not even an excuse. But I think, God forbid it happens in your next workplace, but in your next workplace, if anything inappropriate happens, no matter how small it is, whether it's a little comment about any little thing, if it makes you uncomfortable, that means it's inappropriate, and so report it. Do you get what I mean? Try not to let things build up to the point of physical. Stop it at verbal, or stop it at looks or anything like that, so that it's on record that you flag these things up. But I do pray that you are you get healing for this, because it's not nice at all. And yeah, I wish you the best and everything.
Yeah,
That's what you said.
Yeah, exactly. I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head, man. Definitely document all of this stuff, man. Speak to the people higher up. If they do nothing, make sure you have a record of it. Yeah. And then if you feel like, you know what, it's too much, expose the entire bloody organization.
Honestly.
Everybody's name, everything. Yeah. In fact, tell us. We'll expose every single one of them. Yeah. Can't have these type of animals out here doing this.
Yeah, man. Exactly. It's not right, man. But definitely, even though you're leaving the job, I hope you haven't left yet, but raise a formal complaint. They have to investigate it. Because that's wild.
That is wild. That's very wild.
It's very crazy, man. But yeah, if you guys have any...
I don't know.
Sorry?
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking I don't really have anything to add on it because I can't even really relate. She's saying she's worked in 3 different jobs and she's experienced it in some way, shape or form at all the 3 different jobs. So she's probably worried about moving into the next job and worried about experiencing the same thing. So I don't really have I can't relate. I don't have no advice, but what you said sounded good.
Yeah. Well, alrighty. Okay. Well, if you guys would like to send texts and voice notes and all that great stuff in for asking for a friend assist, what would you do? Send it into 075 6484 1073. And let us know what segment it's for. And let's get into our last headlines for today.
Headlines is to do with something that we touched on briefly before. So Uju Anya, who's a Carnegie Mellon professor who sparked outrage by saying she hoped the Queen died an excruciating death, has again commented stating that the late monarch sat on a throne of blood. Uju Anya, who teaches linguistics, argued the Queen, who died last week at the age of 96, wore a crown made of blood diamonds and claimed her palaces and riches were funded by our blood. She also attacked the monarch for what she claimed was her role in the Nigerian Civil War. The Pennsylvania-based professor, who's 46, told a podcast by the name of This Week in White Supremacy, this was a ruler, the very crown.
That's a pod.
Hold on. Is that the name of the podcast?
That's the name of the podcast.
This Week in White Supremacy.
This Week in White Supremacy.
Right.
This was a ruler. The very crown she had on her head signified the fact that she's a monarch made from plunder, diamonds, blood diamonds. The throne that she was sitting on is a throne of blood. So you cannot say that she's just this little old lady or this figurehead that really had nothing to do with anything. And it was just the British government without relating it directly to her because she was directly benefiting. Her very position as monarch, the palace she lived in, were all paid for by our blood. She continued, people expected me to be calm when the person who literally paid money for bombs and guns and military supplies to come and massacre your people is dying. When asked about her tweet that sparked the outrage, she said, I said what I effing said. I had an emotional reaction and an emotional outburst. I was triggered by the news. It went deep into pain and trauma for me due to my family experience with the rule of this monarch. Anya, who said she was unapologetic, left-leaning, a provocateur used to contentious debate, said her tweet was not planned. It was very spontaneous and extremely real. She said she was surprised by how much attention the tweet actually received, but said it was designed to educate people.
Wow.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that?
Hera, I'm gonna
Big
go
up her,
tune
man.
into that pod.
What's his name? Piers Morgan, yeah. He makes me so sick to my core. Like, I can't stand the man. But anyway, he must have tweeted how, he tweeted how he wants her to come on his show. Because he was like, I bet you wouldn't have the balls to say this. I want you to look me in the face and tell me that you hope the Queen died of excruciating pain. Do you know what I don't get sometimes? Is when people like, who do you think you are that I'm not going to say what I said to you? Like, what are you going to do? Who are you and what are you going to do to her if she does look you dead in the eye and tell you that? And first of all, anyway, he's a twat because he's not really going to let her speak on the show. He's just going to be, the way he interviews and the way he talks to people, he's going to be shouting at her and she wouldn't get a word and he'd be like, see, she couldn't say it to my face. You're pathetic. But anyways, she then retweeted him back and said, first of all, you're irrelevant. You're trying to get your show ratings up. I will not be doing anything of the sort. You're not important enough for me to come and talk to you about anything. And I said what I said. Yeah. And that's just basically that. But
yeah, I
think each to how they're feeling, innit?
Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. Like, at the end of the day, people feel connected like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell people how to express their pain, man, and stuff like this. The only thing I had an issue with, and it's not even really an issue, and I don't really want to talk about it, to be fair, because it can get very somehow, because obviously the Nigerian Civil War was almost like a Nigeria versus Igbo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if you say certain things, certain groups will get, will be offended, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really want to talk too much about it. But I think it's just important to say that some of the things she said is not accurate. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, it was the government and not really the monarchy. Like,
that's fair, but again, people sometimes people see the government and they see the monarchy, and people hear United Kingdom and they hear kingdom and triggers them to think Elizabeth. So
Yeah, 100%. But if you're going to say something, at least let it be accurate, because you can't. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Like the Queen didn't make, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like if you're going to speak about history,
the people, the people are her subjects. So my subjects went on and did that. Is the Queen.
It's true, but like your subjects can't tell you to shut your mouth. Like essentially and effectively, right? The government can tell her, Queen, I hear what you're saying, but respectfully, we're not listening to you today.
They can, but
they can, and she can't do a damn thing.
That's fair. I mean, she can't,
she
but
can't.
She can't.
For the best of all parties. Me, I don't know. I get the way people feel. I don't even.
Yeah,
man.
Anyway, next headline is to do with air traffic control. So basically, tens of thousands of passengers are set to be affected by a French air traffic control strike on Friday. So Ryanair has cancelled 420 flights, most of which were scheduled to fly over France, affecting 80,000 passengers. EasyJet is cancelling 76 flights. British Airways cancelled 22, while Air France said it would only run 45% of its short-haul flights. The SNCTA Air Traffic Control Union said the walkout was over wages as inflation soars and recruitment. The cancelled flights include many that fly over France, not just those to and from the country. Ryanair said that all passengers affected have been notified this morning, which was yesterday, and Ryanair normally operates more than 3,000 flights per day. Neil McMahon, who's the Ryanair operations director, said it was inexplicable that thousands of European citizens and visitors will have their travel plans unfairly disrupted. It's inexcusable that passengers who are not even flying to or from France are disrupted. He said that French laws protect French domestic flights, but not ones flying over the country, adding it's time that the European Union step in and protect overflights so that European passengers are not repeatedly held to ransom by a tiny French air traffic control union. Yes, so that's that one. And the next headline, we take it to sports, and this is to do with Roger Federer and him retiring. So Roger Federer, as you lot know, is one of the greatest players of all time. He's a 20-time Grand Slam champion, and he's announced that he's going to retire from top-level tennis after the Flavour Cup in London this month. His decision to retire from tennis is a sad day for the sport. This is what is his rival Rafael Nadal said. Only Nadal with 22 majors and Djokovic with 21 have more Grand Slam single titles than Roger Federer. Federer struggled with a knee problem for the past 3 years, and that pretty much restricted him to only 3 of the 11 Grand Slam staged since the start of 2020. So yeah, he only competed in 3 out of 11 of them. He's not played a competitive match since he lost to Hubert Hurkacz in the quarterfinals at Wimbledon last summer. He subsequently announced he needed more surgery on his knee, having previously had 2 operations in 2020. And this is what Federer said: "I've played more than 1,500 matches over 24 years. Now I must recognize when it's time to end my competitive career. To the game of tennis, I love you and will never leave you." And Wimbledon actually tweeted saying, "Roger, where do we begin? It's been a privilege to witness your journey and see you become a champion in every sense of the word. We will so miss the sight of you gracing our courts, but all we can say for now is thank you for the memories and joy you have given to so many."
Yeah, it's a goat, man. One of the
Roger,
best
man.
ever.
He's cold.
Yeah, man, definitely.
One of the best ever to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying earlier, it's like an end of an era, innit? Like Serena retired, now Roger. Who else is left from that school?
Where?
Djokovic, Nadal.
Yeah.
Does Maria Sharapova still play?
I think she's.
I don't know. I ain't heard about her
Ages
name in a
ago.
while.
Was that Mugs?
I said, I don't know. I ain't really heard her name in a little while.
Yeah, I think she might have left, you know.
Left already. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. End of an era, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Sad to
Was
see
he your
him.
favourite male tennis player?
Was that?
Is he your favourite male tennis player?
I'll say so. I don't think I've ever really had a favorite male tennis player. You know, I've had famous favorite female ones, but not a favorite male.
You know, one of my favorites, was Agassi. You know, Andre
Yeah.
Agassi.
Yeah.
I used to hate on Sampras, you know, because Sampras
Is
used to
it?
beat him. Yeah, but
all the time, innit?
yeah, innit?
It's a blockhead as well, man. It's a blockhead.
Innit, man? But Agassi just had a bit more personality, man.
You know what it is with tennis? I used to get behind, Henman and
Oh, was it?
Murray. Yeah, I
Like,
think
you
I
must
had
have been in the mud.
because
You
of
must
because
have
of
been down
because
bad.
of the UK. I had more affiliation to support them when they were facing an opposition. Obviously, if I'm watching Federer and Nadal,
Yeah.
I'm kind of neutral. I might have a preference, but I wanted Tim to do well. I wanted
Nadal's my
Murray to
favorite.
do well.
Nadal's my all-time favorite. But my favorite
Who?
tennis match of all time ever was the Wimbledon final versus Nadal versus Federer. That was so cold.
Okay.
I can't remember what year it was, but it was going overtime into it was all getting dark and that. They was nearly going to call the game off.
Yeah, I
It was
think
pitch
everybody
black.
was watching that.
Everyone, yeah.
Everybody's watching that.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
that's one of the best tennis matches I've ever seen in my life. So big up.
That was the one
big up
when
Federer.
Federer was up 5-3 on the last.
I don't know. It just kept going.
last game,
It just kept
and then,
extending, kept extending.
You think he still won?
That brought it back.
No, sorry. Sorry. I'm thinking of Djokovic and
Okay.
Federer. Sorry.
No, Nadal. The one I'm talking about, Nadal won.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm thinking of a different match.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Big up him.
Yeah, man. And the last headline is to do with Canelo and Triple G. So, 5 years after their first meeting and 4 since their second, Canelo, Alvarez, and Gennady Golovkin are fighting again for the final time, they say. Anyway, this weekend on Saturday at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. What do you guys think? Who's winning this fight, man? Esther, you want to go first?
Me trying to win the fight of staying being present in the room. That's what I'm going for.
You know, when it comes to that weight class of boxing, I can't say my knowledge is up there in it. So I don't even know who I think is even the favorite. To be fair, I'll have to go off your recommendation.
I think it's gonna be a sick fight, man. The first 2 fights were obviously the first one was a draw. Second one, Canelo won. I think Triple G should have won the first one.
Okay.
Second one was I can understand if that was a draw as well, or even if you want to give it to Canelo. But I feel like, long story short, Triple G is a lot older. He's not as fast as he was. He's not known for being fast anyway. But I feel like, I don't know, man. Like he's just gotten a bit older, and some of the punches that he can still definitely take punches, right? But normally,
No, go on.
yeah, but normally it's like I feel like he could just come through them and just keep attacking type thing. You know what I'm saying? Now that same energy doesn't seem to be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a bit of age. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo, even though he lost his last fight to Bivol, right? Prior to that, his confidence would have been sky high because he's just beating everybody. You know what I'm saying? Going up in the weight classes, doing like things that's never been done before. So I just feel like Canelo wants to go in there and actually end this trilogy with a knockout, and I feel like it's kind of possible. Triple G is still a solid guy,
Yeah.
and like he's still one of those guys here that I personally like. When I first started watching Triple G, I thought he's one of those who can never lose a fight. Like he just looked undefeatable, but now he still looks undefeatable to be fair. But we're dealing with a different type of Canelo right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I feel like Canelo probably will win. Maybe not by knockout, but I feel like he should win it. But I would love to see something different, to be fair.
All right. Well,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've got a voice note to play. Yeah. One of my guys who's proper
I was cracking up at you trying to pronounce the Radchenko. I might have even said it wrong as well, man. It's just one of those names. Do you know what? I get what you're saying, because I also think Canelo, at this point in time, and based on what we've seen from GGG in the last couple of years, should get the W, because whereas Golovkin, whereas him looking a yard slower, so he was walking through Radchenko's shots, but not as much as he would have done in peak Golovkin or something resembling his peak. But in the last fight against Miota, who was known as a heavy hitter as well, I'm trying to think how many of his. I think he had like 19 fights, Miota, and he knocked out 12 of them. He hit Golovkin with some good shots, and the way Golovkin was able to take it and keep coming just makes you think, okay, that chin's cool. Canelo is not a pressure fighter most of the time. In these bouts, he lets the fighter come onto him, and then he's been doing these best work. When he was looking for Bivol, when he got frustrated, it was to Bivol's advantage. I think Canelo can definitely hurt GGG. But I don't think he can dent him like where we can stop him. I mean, even in those fights where he was building his confidence, yeah, let's look at it. Bivol was a kind of a backfired gamble because he could have went for Beterbiev, but everyone knows Beterbiev is a straight killer. Caleb Plant, Saunders, them man have skill, but not much power punches. Yildirim is not worth talking about. Callum Smith went in there and embarrassed himself. He's even a good power puncher as well, but he didn't even. His performance was embarrassing. And when we're looking at, okay, cool, the runs with Kovalev's at the end of his career. Daniel Jacobs isn't really known as a power puncher too, and then the likes of Rocky Fielding, he shouldn't even be in the same arena as Canelo. So he's built up a formidable resume. He's going up in weight classes, but he's also been smart about who he's targeting. And that's where I think that, all right, cool. He should win based on the inactivity. But it wouldn't surprise me if Golovkin got the W. This is the fight, the one fight that really gets him up, and it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, man. Wanted to give a professional take as well, but yeah, yeah.
What is
Professional
qualifications?
sake.
Sorry?
What is qualifications? What is it?
Yeah, that's
A very seasoned
boxing watcher.
analyst, boxing accent analyst. Yes,
Cool.
but yeah, man.
Max, what's your take? Who's winning?
I don't know. I might lean towards Canelo. I want it only because I favour him a bit more. But I don't know though how it's gonna pan out. It's gonna be a good fight. I'll enjoy it.
Cool.
Yeah. that's the
Alrighty.
headlines.
Well, let's get into Done Out here.
Who is today's Done Out Air? Today's Done Out Air is, oh man, a man who's been jailed for life. Yeah, his name is Ricky Morgan. It's over a machete attack on a train. And when I read this, I thought this was in New York or something like that, because obviously there's crazy people in New York on the trains and that. But no, it's on this godforsaken island, this England. This man, I think he was on the Jubilee line. Yeah. He's running around on the Jubilee line with a machete, yeah, big machete, running around, causing havoc. But why this story jumped out to me, yeah, because he was doing the crazy man thing, yeah, but he only attacked one person on the whole big, bustling, busy train, yeah. Someone he didn't know, was a random person, you know, but he must have put the fear of God into this man, because when he's running around with his machete, yeah, he's screaming out, so obviously he wants everybody to stay as calm as possible, yeah. Hello?
We can hear you, babe.
We can hear.
Oh, I thought my AirPods died. That's crazy. Yeah, he wanted everybody to stay as calm as possible. When he's running around with his machete, yeah, he's screaming out, "This is not a terror attack. I only want him."
All the men must have been like, who?
I think he was pointing at him with the machete. So Donnie knew who he was talking about. And like I said, he must have been scared for his life. And then he proceeded to slash and hack away at the Don for about 20. Well, I don't know how long he was thinking for, but they was trapped down there for about 20 minutes or something like that. Like, it was crazy. Chop him up, mash up his hand, his head. But he done a number on this man. You get me? Like, he deeply cut his shins, everything. And he doesn't even know why. He has
guy
no
alive?
clue who this person is. Yeah, he survived. But the guy got arrested, obviously, he got stopped. And he's pleaded insanity. Yeah, he pleaded innocent to murder or whatever because he was insanity. But he was found guilty by the Old Bailey in May, and he was sentenced to life with a minimum term of 16 years.
Hold on, the guy he attacked, that's a random guy.
It's a random
guy.
brother blood. Like, it could have been you. It could have been me.
Man said I only want him. Who are you, mate?
That's mad.
Listen, you see, from when I heard that, yeah, I swear to God, I could have died just there. That's not even funny, but you can't do that. Man said, "This ain't a terrorist attack. I only want him."
Man, singled you out, you know. That's bad, man.
Because instantly, yeah, you just would have went, "Me?"
Yeah.
No, because I don't know you.
I would have been fighting for my life on that train, bro.
Let's sit down and talk about this. And that's the thing, you're trapped in a tube. Do you get me? Like, a bus, you can do the emergency. I would jump off a moving bus, but a tube, you're actually stuck.
I mean, that guy got in a fight to the death.
He's got a machete.
Yeah,
The
but
guy he attacked is not dead. People, I see in the comments. The guy he attacked is not dead. He lived, but he's been. I think he's got badly injured. His hand was severely cut, and it's a horrific. And basically, it's going to affect him for his whole life.
remember, he has to swing back to go strike. When he swings back, that's my moment.
Even that, like, there's bare people around. You're swinging back, cut my eye, my business. That's mad.
When he swings back, I'm jumping in.
Yeah,
No,
well,
that's insane.
they said there's a couple of members of the public that was trying to calm him down, but that doesn't sound like restrain him. If you was on that train, would you have tried to restrain him?
I'll be honest with you. No shame, my game. I would not. He's got a machete.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. You'll feel like you feel the need to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would, but you'll feel like I can't just.
I think someone
sit
jumped
here.
in.
I can't just sit here. You know what I mean?
In the words of Savage Dan, if you man do, I'll do it. Literally that.
Yeah. Like literally,
You know what it is,
imagine.
if he's in close proximity to you, yeah, and he's moving like a madman, yeah, I'm sure your brain's gonna think, well, after he's finished with this done, sure he's gonna turn his attention.
But be
gonna turn
realistic.
his attention
If you're
to
sitting on
someone
the
else.
train and he's happening next to you, what are you gonna do? You're gonna sit there and act like it's not happening. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, but that's what we'll do on London transport.
No, but
People act like it's got nothing to do with them.
With minor things. Not
They're
with
saying,
this.
was it a white man? No one was white in there. The guy who got attacked seems to be an Asian.
Yeah, he's an Asian man. He's
He
actually
looks
good
like
looking
he
as
looks
well.
like a
But
man
do you
of
know what's
Asian
mad though?
descent.
The
And
reason why I
picture
don't
of the
think
guy on the train with the machete, it's a bit blurry, but he could be black or brown as well.
Who looks
Probably
Asian?
Black.
The attacker or the
the victim.
But yeah, there's no, believe it or not, no white people involved there.
And also, as a man, just to say
Could you
there's
hear
a lot
me?
of women around and a lot of maybe odd men, and they might be looking to you like
Do something.
the pressure.
The
Could you not hear me
pressure is
just
getting
now? My
worse.
background
Fuck
something
it.
stupid.
No, but you know, it's awful because when you think about the number of people from this screenshot here, yeah, if everyone rushed him, they could have taken him.
I'll fly kick him in his back, man.
Definitely.
Oh, thinking from behind. You got attacked from
Fly
behind.
kick him, kick him in his back.
But then he falls and the machete slices the person in two.
Then when it is he falls forward, he
yeah.
turns to me. Someone else should fly kick him in his back.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. I feel like if everyone was to
Yeah.
take him, then they could have. But if you think about the fact there's only two people that rose up, terror. I was,
Like just say I was on the train and these men were on the train. I didn't know them, but they were on the train. I'll give them the eye contact.
Yeah,
like,
let's go in.
let's do something because we can't just sit here.
But that's the
So
thing.
if we was
with
use,
prison,
Yo,
if we was both on the train, I said, okay, look, I'm gonna choke him. You grab the machete.
I'm there. I'm done.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah, we got to do something. We can't just sit there and let this guy just get sliced up, man.
It's mad.
I just can't believe there's no white people involved in this crime.
Yeah.
Definitely turning
It's mad,
around.
man. But that's the thing with the British public. Everyone likes to do a whole man my business thing.
So whilst he's occupied,
That's what I'm saying there. Because I think I'm not sure if you said. I think you said that two people tried to help.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
In a
they
whole
did.
carriage,
They tried
two
to
guarantee you-
reason with him. They didn't try to help. They tried to talk to him.
I guarantee
What are
you,
you talking about?
it was a woman being attacked. More people would have rose up
Yeah, probably.
because it's a man. I'm just saying.
I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
I don't
Huh?
know. I don't know.
Because the
Because
level of violence.
sometimes,
with
yeah,
the machete,
I don't know.
it might
I
be-
think it's the level of violence.
Level of violence was high, but I think people are innately more prone to helping women than
Yeah,
men.
definitely.
And that little bit would have been. I mean,
I think so, but I think it's a weapon at hand.
Yeah. No, obviously that's the.
I think that's- I
a
think that's the
machete.
bigger thing, yeah.
It's serious business.
Because to be fair, there's sometimes as well when you see, I know there's been people that walk past, say you see like a guy and the guy's like shouting at the girl or whatever, not many people will stop and do something about that. They just act like it's none of their business.
It's not every day
So-
you see someone with a machete, though, man. You can't just expect people to act normally when a man's bad. Man, chop him up like mince, brethren. You don't see. Like, listen,
It's mad.
that's a big.
I'm surprised
ask.
most people didn't run down the carriage or something.
What you run into?
No, but just away from him.
When you get to, but then
Just
he
in
backs
fear.
into a corner. When you run to the other end,
That happens in Trinidad a lot, to be honest. Everybody kind of has a machete in their, like they call it a cutlass in their car, and any sort of road rage, people are coming out with their cutlass, and it's just clean chop, and the machete is sharp, so you can get chopped. You can be running, and you don't realize that half your limb is just dangling. It's mad.
That sounds like my flavor, man. The road rage I get sometimes, I just want to hop out my car, bro. Honestly, but I'm on the A46, A15, so I can't drive.
It sounds like your
Trying to find
flavor.
Most of the time,
spark plug.
Did you say it sounds like your flavor?
Yeah, because I get road rage because drivers get on my nerves.
You know, what you should do, yeah. Drive around with them spark plug things.
Spark plug, what's that?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because if you throw spark plug on glass, it just shatters the window, innit?
Oh, as they're driving
So
by
when-
this, that's something on them.
Well, yeah, if someone really pisses you off, just
Yeah.
slap the spark plug onto their
Nah,
window and
drivers
just shatter
really,
the whole
really
glass.
irritating,
They'll be livid. They would be pissed. Just helping you.
I just
I
can't.
usually like pennies. I roll around with pennies and people piss me
I was
off.
in dash pennies in the car.
Just like he said this before.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Like, chip the paint
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what he actually does.
Get
Yeah.
them. Huh?
A
Oh, yeah,
penny,
I do
you
it.
know. That's mad.
That's
You can't even miss. That's embarrassing.
That's a good idea. But yeah, man. Shout out to the machete guy.
Damn, man. But
Anyway, that's it, man.
Yeah.
So, wait, then when we get your name properly, so you know, Ricky Morgan, you're done out here, man. I reckon he has got mental health issues as well, though. But
Yeah.
Well,
No.
you got to
No, he
take a
does.
random man said.
Man said, it's not
It's
a
not
terror
a terror
attack.
attack.
I'm
I'm
only here
coming
for
for
him.
him. And him don't even know who you are. You defo have a few.
He singled you
All
out.
your screws
But
are
the thing
loose.
is,
I'm not
did
gonna
he
lie,
come,
then again,
did he
when I
come
think about
walking
it,
down
yeah?
the carriage and then was like, what was he? How did he
was
assess
the
that
vibe
this is the man
like?
he wants?
you know what? If I was just there minding my business and I heard a man say, this ain't a terrorist attack, I'm only here for him, I'm going to assume you've got previous, innit? So I'm not going to get involved.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I feel like that's
I'll assume
hands,
I'll
though.
assume it's previous. Like
But
he
with
must
machete, though.
obviously know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if that's the case, I'm not going to get involved there. You could have chopped his baby mother or something. How am I going to get involved?
Yeah, but a
there?
machete though. I think hand fight. I would definitely clear the way. You don't come my space kind of thing. But machete is different. Even if you do know each other, like that's not fair. You didn't notify him to have a weapon with him.
But also did the profile of the two men match up where you can believe they knew each other? Because sometimes profiles don't be matching up. You're like, you don't know him. Like imagine he was like, imagine it was me, and I said I'm only here for him, and it was like some 7-year-old white don. Why am I, a black man,
what business do you have
of
with
my
him?
age, attacking him?
Yeah.
So if the profiles don't match up, sometimes like, nah, this guy's crazy. You don't know him.
Do you guys ever get on the train like or tube or whatever, and you see someone dodgy coming, you walk out, you get off?
I just hope they don't come next to me.
I do that. Well, like, you look like I just get out.
I hate the people that come
cannot
on
be
the
my story.
carriages and do the speeches. They stand on the speeches and say, "Sorry, everybody,
I
I
hate
don't
to
do
do this."
drugs." But I just look them cold in their eye, you know. And when they ask me for money, I don't even tell them no, but I don't blink. And I just wait for them to
Man,
I just wait for them
stares
to
us
clock
down.
this guy.
What is wrong with I never told them no. You just look them dead in the eye, dead in the soul.
Just deadpan, straight.
Just no.
I remember one time I was on my way to the studio, and I got it was Central Line. I hate the Central Line, so I think it's the worst line.
It's bare hot as
Ever.
well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I can't go hell. It's too hot in there. And I never like it. Even in dead of winter, I just don't like it. And I remember there was it was a guy, yeah, he must have, oh my gosh, actually, it's not funny.
What happened?
I remember in more detail.
She said it's not funny and start crying like that.
I'm just laughing from the previous stuff. I'm not laughing at the situation. Because in my mind, the story was going to go this way, and then I had a quick memory of what happened.
Yeah.
So it was this guy, he came on the train, and he was all weird, like doing like...
Stop it.
doing that weird stuff. But I can peep evil from afar. So I already planned my exit strategy kind of thing.
What stuff was he doing? What evil stuff?
He was just doing like just weird stuff. So in my mind, this person is not okay.
Yeah.
And I cannot be around this. So in my mind, I was like, I'm not gonna see you. I'm gonna be late for studio, but fuck that.
Yeah.
Better late than I never see Brent again. I will get on the next train. But then I remember there was this girl. Oh, this is the sad part. He sat right next to her. It's not funny, but she tried to get up.
I can't tell if you're sad. You know you're crying from sadness right
Exactly.
Good, that's good. So they don't use it against me. But she tried to get up here. He said, no.
now. Wow, wait, you told her to stay there? No, that's cold.
Wow.
Oh,
Brent,
man.
take the camera off
So
me.
you like something's really bad has happened. I'm like, man, look at her
No,
face.
so yeah, she tried to get up here, and he was like, no, and literally like made her sit there, and the rest of us on the train were like, crap, It was very, very tense.
Yeah. No, at that moment, it's
Oh,
like,
shit, he's
okay,
got her,
shit,
innit?
shit's real now.
Yeah, because he was doing his weird stuff.
Yeah.
But she too as well. Obviously, not blaming her, but be alert kind of thing.
Yeah, move.
Sat next to her, and then she literally, because she clocked what he was doing, tried to get, and he literally was like, no. And she just sat there, and then she didn't know when next she could kind of move, kind of thing. So I'm looking at her like,
Move.
you're gonna have to literally run.
Yeah.
The moment you get that kind of. So it was just tense. It was just tense. I can't remember how it ended.
Oh, okay, I can't ask you how it ended.
I got off the train.
Oh, you got off. What? You left her?
What was I gonna do?
You left a young girl.
She was young.
Oh, she wasn't young.
It's just me.
Oh,
I'm a young girl myself. What was I gonna do?
No, I thought you. For some reason,
No, she did. She did get out.
Yeah.
But I got out first. Then she came out. Then I saw her come out.
Oh.
But yeah, it was a lot.
It ended well.
Yeah, I hope she's alright, wherever she is.
All's well that ends well, innit?
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Sure, she's fine now.
Yeah.
No, if I see something like that, I have to basically intervene.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're a man.
To F off.
You can.
I'll stand right in front of him and tell the girl you can move right now.
Yeah.
And then she
About don't go anywhere.
Literally was so, and she was so
Imagine.
scared. It was so
he
sad. 'cause
knows how
literally,
terrifying he is, and he just
yeah.
Yeah.
And literally, all of us were literally, because everyone kind of moved, and then she was the last one to move. So, and everyone literally was just staring like, okay, kind of thing. But I feel like it was a thing where everyone was looking at her like, you're gonna have to literally run. Like as soon as this door's open, kind of thing, run out, kind of thing. But she did leave.
What was his profile?
I think it was a black guy.
yeah.
I think it was black.
Guys, have you ever
Think
been on a
no.
train, yeah,
Yeah, he's
or in
black.
public, where there's this obviously, like, quote unquote, crazy black person, right? When I say obviously crazy, like he's putting it on mad,
Yeah.
right? Like mad erratic, right? But when it is that he sees you, he comes close to you, he dials it down,
Yeah.
and then he continues when it is he realizes that you ain't falling for that crap.
Yeah.
That pisses me off so much.
Also,
you know?
the acting.
Remember,
mad.
these people,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
pick and choose their victims.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna go for someone
that's
who
true.
they're threatened by. They're gonna just go for the vulnerable people.
Yeah, these crazy people ain't fully crazy. I've
Yeah,
seen man
trust
acting
me,
crazy,
yeah.
and I've looked in his eye, and he knows
true,
I will
Sha.
punch him up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's
Because when
lowered than the
when
crazy
you
and gone to someone else.
let me say what
They go for those who they deem weak and vulnerable. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Nigeria is when I've clocked that you can put your crazy on pause if you need to.
What happened?
What happened in Nigeria?
No, like when you try and do a madness and people show you that
I'm
I'm
the
not
one.
profiling as crazy,
Yeah.
but I can be madder than you.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now you can be a civil
That's true.
you can be a normal person.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. But yeah. All right, let's get into the outro. Been a show, been an iconic show. Thank you guys for tuning in as you always do. Do like the video. Let's see the likes and the stuff. Yeah, you guys can do better than that. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and also join the community. I know that at the moment it's currently pinned in the chat, or the link is somewhere in the chat anyway. But just search in your browser community.thenewblack.com. That is how you will know whether we'll be here on Monday.
Basically.
Outside of the YouTube thing, but you will know. Yeah, that's how you will know. If you would like to send voice notes or text messages in to us for asking for a friend, sis, what would you do? Or just a general chit chat, send it into 075 6484 1073. And also, if you would like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, you can email the team the day after at thenewblack.com. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.